I be in my head late at night, just contemplating all of my goals. Look, will I fold or will I chase them? I got adversity, two options. I can handle it purposefully, or I can let it murder me. But sign up for war, point out the target, show me the giants. Hold your applause, just getting started, sending the lions. Ambition ain't for the weak, I see it before I speak. Ready and willing, is you ready
but
for
I'll
me?
find a way, with or without your end. Oh, you try to make me stay. Now there's nothing you can say, 'cause I'll find a way, with or without my sales. Oh, you try to make me stay. Now there's nothing you can say, but I'll find a way.
Nah, I ain't looking for handouts, I'm looking to stand out. Got the vision coming, watch how it pans out. I've been writing my plans down, trying to stay focused, put out the notice. Who the GOAT is, me hands down, yeah. No time for arguments, I cut out the politics, no. It's on my competence, I could cause your apocalypse. Ambition, it ain't for the weak, get it even when I sleep. Ready and willing, what you ready
But
to
I'll
say?
find a way, with or without your end. Oh, you try to make me stay. Now there's nothing you can say, 'cause I'll find a way, with or without my sales. Oh, you try to make me stay. Now there's nothing you can say, but I'll find a way.
Ambition ain't for the weak, I see it before I speak. Ready and willing, is you ready for me?
Oh, you try to make me stay. Now there's nothing you can say, 'cause I'll find a way, with or without my sales. Oh, you try to make me stay.
Red is on the beat.
Live from the hookah bar. It's your three favorite podcast hosts. Look at your man. Look at your man. Look at your man. Look at your
Yo,
man.
the fuck happened to you? What is this?
It's Christmas. Feliz Navidad. Hey, sing it with me. Feliz Navidad. Hey, one time for Jose Feliciano. Feliz Navidad. Prospero
Próspero año y felicidad.
Hey, 1, 2.
Bienvenido
I
al
wanna wish you a... Go ahead.
Guaraguira, Guasaraguira, la jura, mira.
Hey, I wanna wish you a...
Merry Christmas from the bottom of my heart. Coca, where's the Coca?
I just want to know, hit the sap button.
Yo, you see that video when they say, ¿Quieres una Coca? Coca, where?
Coca.
And
It's
that's
the
Feliz,
Coca.
right? Yeah, he's like, what?
Yeah.
No, not that
I
Coca.
think you said it to me. Hey. That's what happened to the
What's
Yankees.
up, man?
A lot of ass smacking.
What is going on, chat? We have a 500 in there. Smack it and like it. Hit it, Sobi. I know the Yankees lose today, but we're going to make you very happy because we bring in the energy even though the Yankees bring a shit. Okay? You like it? Mr. P. Simonetti, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing wonderful, baby. I'm doing wonderful. Let's get it going over here.
Mr. Franceli, how are you doing tonight?
Very, very bad. I very, very bad tonight. I'm very angry. I play third base.
Okay, I'll play this for you then.
I do my job. I do my job.
I do my job. I'm a second baseman.
I do my job good.
Listen. Nah, man, I'm messing with y'all. I'm good. I'm a little bit under the weather, but I'm doing
Listen.
all right. How you doing, Kev? We never asked you. This is your
know,
show.
right?
How you doing?
He's always happy. He's always, look at him. Come on.
No,
He's
got
doing
the
great.
Christmas
You think
lights
that's a
around
man
his
that's
neck.
not doing good right there? Look
I
at
don't.
him.
I don't know.
Like the
I
right-
think.
doing good.
I think like I was really pissed when we lost this game actually, but always hanging out with you guys and hanging out with this amazing community, all right, always makes me feel better. So
he's
shout out
flashing.
to the 130 plus in here. Smack that like, hit that sub before I smack my butt cheeks across this camera. All right, so hit it. You know, is that too aggressive?
Boom, 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 now let with me. I say,
Smacking butt cheeks across the camera is absolutely
I want to
nuts.
start this
El Migo.
pod because let's start in with tonight's game because it's fresh off our minds.
Oh yeah, I'm excited about
This
Yay.
is why I don't like Aaron Judge batting third. And I know Francis hates that, and you do too, Pete, but I don't like him when he bats third. We could have still tied up the game, and we left him on deck.
Shoulda, coulda, woulda.
Because I have a
How
lot.
much more? How
Look at your
much more?
face.
How much more do you want from Aaron Judge? That's what I want to know, you son of a bitch.
He has to
How
do
much
whatever.
more do
He
you
has to
want
do it
from
all.
Judge?
Listen, my thing is, look, Kevin's right. Tonight is the perfect example of why a lot of people who are of the belief that Judge should be batting in the 2-hole. Tonight is the example. This is the example that they use. Look, game on the line, 1-run game, and Aaron Judge is in the hole instead of batting where Trent Grisham was batting. Here's my thing, though. Had Aaron Judge come up, he would have still been batting with 2 outs and nobody on. That's the point that I've been making from the beginning. And so it's not really about where he's hitting for me. Is that a lot of times the argument that I hear back from people, not from Kev, I think has more to it than that. But most people just say, well, he comes up a lot of times with 2 outs and nobody on when he's batting third. Tonight, if he would have been batting second, he would have came up in the 9th inning with 2 outs and nobody on.
You know who should have been batting second
It's just
tonight?
Let's talk about it.
Benny Blanco.
Nah, I'll make it very easy for you.
No.
Juan Soto.
Did you see Christian's tweet?
No, I didn't see it.
Oh, because he said he was like, look, 18 and 13, start the season, first month and change. It's not bad. The team just seems like inconsistent. He's like, it seems like they're just missing that little something, right? That magic to put them over the edge. I quote tweeted it. I was like, 2 names, both 4 letters, and then I put 2 peace signs.
It's true.
It's not true. We don't need Juan Soto.
It's true.
We don't.
Oh, we need him, damn it. We need him bad.
I think he needs us more than we need him.
I could agree with that too. I could agree with that too, definitely.
I think the feeling of missing one another is mutual. But what I will say is, if it was him instead of Belly, and I threw a shot at Belly because it's Twitter and I'm trying to be funny. I called him a Nepo baby. But if it was Deuce,
I'm sure there's a lot of people that probably actually really love that you said that. There's definitely a big group out there that's like, yay, tell him.
Yeah, he is a Nepo. And mind
It's
you,
been
like,
given to him.
it's been tweeted by somebody who actually kind of likes Cody Bellinger, to be honest. But imagine it instead of Cody, it was Soto. I mean, this team, you wouldn't even think about the rotation with the stuff that they would be doing offensively. It's crazy.
Definitely not.
I mean, imagine
Definitely
we
not.
had him and Paul Goldschmidt. Like, oh man, forget about it.
Goldie's been amazing though, but I would like to see there eventually just be like at least the same top of the order day in and day out. Like make your mind up. Make your mind up and have the same top of the order day in and day out. That would be nice.
I do hate that we're going back to this fucking who knows what the batting lineup is, bro. At least 1 through 5 or 1 through 6. It's like,
That's what I'm saying.
can we
Like,
have
bottom
some
I get,
consistency, bro? Like, or have 2 lineups, one against righties, one against
Of
lefties.
course,
Or you deviate other platoon guys or whatever the case may be. Well, come on, bro. We can't have.
We
one
don't even
big-
have that, which is
No.
weird, right? Put it like this.
We don't got shit.
Put it like this. I was thinking about this.
You know who we have? Mark Leiter in the 8th. That's what we have.
We got
Go ahead.
Ugats is what we really got. We got Ugats.
There's only 3 things guaranteed in this world: death, taxes, and Mark
Leiter
pitching more innings than anybody else outside of the starters.
Pretty good job. He's done a good
He
job.
is. Shout out to Mark.
He's a decent reliever. I was thinking the other day though, right? You know in MLB The Show when you play franchise,
Shout out to MLB The Show.
right? You set up, you got the hat on from MLB The Show. When you play franchise at MLB The Show, how many lineups do you set up for your team?
2.
4. Back in the day. Now it's 2.
Oh,
Remember,
that's what I'm saying. Back in the day, it was 4.
DH,
Yeah,
no
DHs,
DH.
yeah.
Remember?
Yeah.
Back when DH was a thing, split between 2 leagues, 4 was the maximum.
Yep.
Now there's no DH. All you do is set 2 lineups versus right-handers versus left-hand. The Yankees would never be able to do it.
Facts.
We'd never be able to do it, bro. We've had, I can't imagine how many combinations of lineups we've had, and the calendar doesn't turn to May until tomorrow. That's wild.
Few hours.
Literally.
I think
Few
it's.
hours.
I wish there was an easier way to look at it. I think there is, but it's just really frustrating because you never know who's batting. And when I saw like Trent Grisham batting second, I know he's hot, but why are we just fucking playing around? Like it's like
Because
Boom,
the Yankees fall in love.
it's like Boom throws names
some
in a
people.
hat and they just pin them out.
Some people.
Some people.
when some people get hot on this team, they just fall in love with him, and it's like just leave him there, leave it. And again, look, he's been good, he's done a good job, but I don't know, man. I'm just not a big fan of constant lineup changes day in and day out, especially like today against a guy like Povich to 5+ ERA and honestly, without Aaron Judge, what is this team doing today against them? They had multiple opportunities. And that one of the things too, we'll get into it, I guess. It is about today's game, but one damn things too, like Anthony, that's one of the things that Anthony Volpe gives ammunition to a lot of people is
the error.
The error, like on
nobody's talking about that today.
But
Nobody's
they should be
that.
talking about it. And again, I'm not sitting here. It's not a bash on Anthony. I just literally tweeted the other day, giving the Gold Glove already.
And you're right.
He's legitimately been that good. But the problem with Anthony Volpe is, and somebody, I think it was Joey from the Bronx, he said it. He said it's like he makes the phenomenal plays, but then some of those easy plays, it's like he tries to do too much. Like if you rewatch that play, he does what you're told to never do, even in Little League. He took his eye off the ball for a split second, and boom, it's gone. And look, shout out to the Yankees bullpen who managed very well that inning, because that game could have been an absolute blowout.
Yeah.
And they only gave up 1 run. Tim Hill looked good. He got his ground
balls. He got 2 ground balls.
2 ground balls.
He would have got out of it clean.
Even Pablo Reyes, what the frig are you thinking? You're chasing runners down?
No.
Base.
Yes and no, because he was still trying to get the double play. He would have had no shot. But what I was hearing is also...
Yeah, but look how long it took. He ran after him when he could have just flipped. He ran after the runner. I watched it again. He literally charges after him. Like 3 or 4 steps. Yeah. It's like, brother, just throw to second base. Try to set up the double play.
I think he was afraid to throw it.
They say the same thing.
Make a bad throw, because it wasn't a hard hit ground ball. It was normally hit, so maybe, I don't know.
He's had some issues with the throwing this year, but I think it's pretty common knowledge, just like in basketball, the ball travels faster than any human can. So throw it.
Yeah, and then I think we're going to see more of him now that Jazz might be out for a couple of days, or who knows till when, because he's not going to go for imaging till tomorrow, right?
Can they make their mind up then too?
If they're going to give Vivas a shot or not?
100%. If Vivas doesn't get that opportunity, they're out their friggin' mind. You got to reward young players. 322 in AAA, you got to reward a young player.
I'm glad you have that, because I was going to look it up right now. How is he doing in AAA? Yeah.
Last I looked yesterday was 322.
Because then they would use the excuse that he's not hitting in AAA. But if he's hitting 333 in AAA.
Guess what else he does? His strikeout rate is at 6%.
Beautiful. He's hitting as of today, he's hitting 319 with a 426 on base, 862 OPS.
How do you not reward a player like that? How does he not get rewarded to say, hey, play him every day? If it's against a good lefty, you go ahead and throw Peraza out there or Reyes. How does he not play every day?
Yeah,
if Jazz goes on the IL.
Yeah, 6 stolen bases too already.
I think it should be between Peraza and Vivas. If I never saw Pablo Reyes again, it would be too soon.
I think if they want to play him against a tough lefty,
we were done with him on opening day.
No.
The second game of the year. The second game of the year, I was like, yo, I've seen enough, gang.
They talked
good.
Today, I didn't have the pleasure of listening to Pete, because I was doing something and I couldn't have my duo. I was in the living room. Normally, I watch it in my bedroom. I'm able to sync up my laptop.
Hey, yo.
Hey, bro, I got a couch in my bedroom, all right? My bedroom is pretty big, all right?
He watches me in the bedroom? That's wild.
So, little lotion.
A lot of people watch you in the bedroom.
I didn't know you liked me that much, brother.
Little baby oil action, little Astro Glide.
Hey, yo.
Huh?
Hold on. I'll add this to it to make you even more happier.
Don't make me blush. Oh, fuck. All right, so I was listening to Michael K, unfortunately, but Cone was on, and so was Paul O'Neill. I like to listen to them occasionally. Yep. But they were talking about how Pablo Reyes had a decent run with Boston, and that third base was his worst out of everywhere he played.
Okay.
So it's funny that he made all those errors on NYU Day, and he's having a rough time at third. But his best spot was second base, they said. So I'm not mad if they use Pablo against lefties. Right, I thought we were gonna see Pablo at least until DJ got back. So if they do that, I'm not gonna be mad at that. But at the end of the day, this team doesn't care about lefty-righty splits because Jason should have been playing yesterday, which I'm pretty sure he would have went 3 for 3 or 4 or 2 for 4 and had a great day like everybody else because Gibson throws BP, and then they play him today against a lefty.
That's one of the only games that if you watched it, it actually looked like Dominguez was upset.
It makes no sense.
Because even Jira told me, I was like, I mean, what do you expect? Everybody's hitting bombs and he's on a bench. I'd have been pissed too. I'd have been livid. Because like, I don't understand. How was he not on the bench today? Wouldn't today have been the game to say, hey,
exactly.
If you were going to, like, what the game that made sense was today, but the Yankees haven't been making sense with it.
I'll never get it. And I get where people are coming from with the Dominguez stuff, saying, hey, look, he didn't look. And he didn't look good today. I said it on game season. The people also don't give credit because the first at bat of the game, he hit a bullet to left field. They made a diving catch. It was up in the air, and then he hit an extremely hard ground ball to third base his second time up. Yeah, I could just tell. I didn't know what the numbers are. I could just tell by watching it. He had better at-bats right-handed today than we've seen in a while. He hit the ball hard twice. Yeah, the strikeouts late in the game did not look good. But this is my concern with Dominguez is it going to eventually really affect him when he's getting, has a 2 for 4 game and then he sat the next day because you got to get Grisham and Bellinger in the game. That's my overall concern. Is that going to eventually start really ripping him apart and it's going to affect his year overall? You even got people now calling for him to be sent down to AAA because he needs to get his at-bats, and obviously Grisham is better. That's the new thing now. He should just go to AAA and play every day instead of what's happening here. But the Yankees are choosing that. He's not doing it.
But again, he needs to develop seeing MLB pitching. It makes no sense for him to see AAA pitching. That's what people need to understand. It's like it's not about playing it. It is about playing every day, but it doesn't matter if you're playing at a lower level. Then you come up and they attack. If you look at the last 2 at bats, they stayed away from him completely. Go look at the. If you guys don't have the real app or watch the box scores on game day, go look at it. All pitches were away from him on the right side and on the left side. Yeah. So it's like they're making adjustments to Jason, and he needs to make adjustments on top of getting used to major league pitching. And I'm sorry, it's true. He's not gonna be the Jason that we all want him to be hitting. Playing 2 to 3 times a week. And unfortunately, I get it. Trent Grisham is hot right now, but can you just let the kid hit against where he's hitting well? He's hitting over 313 against righties. Why is he playing against a lefty? Now, if Boone comes out and says we want to get him going against left-handed hitters, fine.
Okay, so then don't bench him at all.
Exactly. Don't bench your young player at all. Then
the only way that it makes sense for him to ever have a day off is if you have if
it's a tough lefty like a Skubal or
I'm saying like first things first. If they have a crazy stretch of games and it's like they're not, there's no off day, and they go from like playing on the they're not going to play on the turf in St. Pete, but like imagine like a road trip where they play on the turf from St. Pete, then they travel up and they play the very next day and stuff like that, and then you want to get guys off their feet. I get that. We haven't had a situation like that early in the year, and he's a young player. Like that narrative that was brought up yesterday is just complete dog shit. That makes zero sense.
Because he's hurt.
You're grasping at straws. You're reaching at Mr. Fantastic levels, and at your age, Michael K, that's really dangerous. You should really chill.
Apparently, what they were saying about that was that's the reason. What was it again? It was something along the lines of why he's struggling right-handed. Is because he's had these injuries and he hasn't been able to play enough. And I'm like, that is the biggest load of bullshit ever.
Oh, please.
The biggest load of shit. They're acting. And again, this is why the Yankees get mad at me. I get mad at them at times. They don't get too mad at us because they love the U, by the way. But
the Yankees are great.
I get mad at them. I get mad at them sometimes with certain things because you're making this narrative up all of a sudden that Dominguez is constantly injured. He's been an injury-prone player. He had an oblique strain and he had Tommy John surgery. Other than that, how did he fly through the majors? That by never playing? He's 22. How did he fly through the minor leagues? He's 22 years old. It doesn't make any sense.
It makes zero. If they're gonna sit him against a tough lefty, like Kev just said in Skubal, you're not gonna get an argument from me. You understand? Like I'm not gonna be in an uproar on the timeline about that. It's when they do what they did yesterday. It makes zero sense. Okay. Trent Grisham is the veteran in this situation. Okay. Cody Bellinger is the veteran in this situation. They're expected to be able to sit one day and get back up and do. They've been doing it for so freaking long. But Jason Dominguez is a rookie. He's a rookie. And you're sitting him against this guy, Kyle Gibson, who he's probably going to be able to freaking jump all over. Pause.
Just have everybody have a nice day, bro.
And you sit him, but then you have him in there today, and then it's like it doesn't make sense. If you want to get him going from the right side, beautiful. Okay, then we should see him for a string of like 10 straight games. It's not going to happen.
What's the other thing the Yankees say, right? They want to get him reps. Yeah. Where was he in the 7th inning yesterday?
Exactly.
Why did he come in that game yesterday?
You
Pablo
never
Reyes did. Pablo Reyes came in, and then he played today.
Exactly.
Why did Dominguez not come in?
We saw it on NYY Day. We're like, yo, this game is a blowout. Why would you remove this guy from the game? Like, why would you this is a good day to get him in there and get him reps? No, they didn't do it. They didn't do it yesterday.
Or reps, exactly. That's my point. And
1 month today did the same exact thing. Blew a team.
By the way,
give him reps.
If the Yankees were to continue the way they're playing Dominguez right now, he's probably gonna play. And again, this is just based off if they continue about the 5 times once a week. 5 times a month, you're looking at about 128 to 130 games this year for Dominguez, if that's the case. And as a rookie, 22 years old in this league that you're going to need, that to me is absolutely insane. That would be crazy if they kept it up that way. That could always change, but we'll see.
And it's like, oh, we have, and this is my whole point. It's just frustrating to see the inconsistency from the Yankees at this point, because it's like, oh, it's the one, we hear splits all the time. 2, then we hear we got to get this guy going and all this stuff. So we got to get Cody Bellinger going, who's making $25 million, who, by the way, hits is hitting right now 330 against lefties. He should have been playing today. He's the one who should have been playing today. It's like the way the offense is. I understand this. This is the first punt lineup I think we've had this year. Well, it looked like, and it's like, why are we doing that to Cookie? Like, I get, like, I listen, I know it wasn't the greatest, but still, can we have some type of, like, it's just like, my Lord, we go down the line with this shit that over and over again, the Yankees just, or Boone, because at the end of the day, Boone's like, oh, I make the lineup. So Boone we got to talk to Boone then, because how does it make sense that you're putting this kid who's hitting less than 100 against lefties, and Bellinger's hitting 300, and you swap the days off? It just doesn't make any sense. And can we stop putting Grisham in like Grisham is some savior, Lord? Leave the shit how it was. Ben Rice or Goldie batting first. Let Craig Grisham be in the middle of the lineup. Can we take Volpe out of the middle, out of the 5 spot? What are we doing? I can't see this.
Never gonna happen.
He is not a 5-hole hitter. Neither is Jazz. I'm sorry, Jazz at best is a 6-7-hole hitter. At
Jazz
best
has let me down a lot this first month. And I don't know what the injury is going to. You know, can I say something about Jazz that I think is hilarious, actually? Cazal with a super chat real quick says the trio is back at it. Appreciate you, brother.
Hello,
guys, hit that like button. We got over 200 in here. Let's get the 300. There it is. Smacky to likey, hitting the subby. That's the Sesame Street version. Funniest thing about Jazz, right? His approach changed when he hurt his oblique, right? Or the what do they call it? The flank. Where he hurt his flank, which is between the rib and the hip. 2 strikes. Shortened up his swing. Hit a triple down the right field line.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sitting there going, I'm like, isn't that kind of comical? It was like you actually felt something and then you said, I can't really swing, so let me take an easy swing. And it's what you should be doing, utilizing your speed, specifically with 2 strikes. And he gets a triple. And I'm like, that's the Jazz that I need to see. That's the Jazz I know. If you want to swing away when no strikes or 1 strike, brother, swing away.
Yeah.
But when you got 2 strikes, you have to utilize your speed. You got to be able to put that ball in play and wreak havoc. Because if you're striking out 35% of the time, I'm sorry, brother, that ain't going to cut it. I don't think you're Curtis Granderson, to be honest. You're not Curtis Granderson, in my opinion.
And you were never the home run slugger and 30-plus home run guy. You may hit that with the Yankees because of where you play, but that doesn't mean that. I mean, like, I understand. Here we go with the nerds and put the ball in the air. Like, Jazz has something that not everybody has, bro. On top of his speed, he steals, like, the way he reads pitchers is also great. Like it's just he is so important when he's on the bases. So
Damn
is
right.
Volpe, that you have to get on base more. That
Damn
is
right.
your job. And I'm sorry, you shouldn't be hitting in the middle of the order. That's why I think they should be lower in the order. So when they're on, then you got guys like Goldschmidt who could bring you in with a single, or Judge with this home run. So I don't understand this notion of having. I'm praying for Austin Wells to start hitting again, so we can, God, take away Volpe from the 5 spot, because I don't understand this love. This is what I mean is Volpe fatigue. It's not on Volpe. It's not Volpe's fault. He shouldn't be batting 5. Since when does a guy who has a borderline 700 OPS be batting 5th in the fucking major league lineup, let alone the New York Yankees? It just drives me. It's insane, man.
I think that's one of the biggest problems, though, is who fills out that order then, and that's on the Yankees.
Pablo Reyes.
Who's filling? Well, that's it's funny. It's you can laugh about it, but it's also true. If you sit there and you go, well, look, I don't want Jazz batting in the middle. All right, well, who's batting in the middle? Wells is doing okay. I mean, I hope I don't want to bring up a goose, but Wells is doing okay right now. I think it's obviously in him. He's starting to look a little bit better, but the Yankees are going with different lineups every day because nobody's really stepping up to fill those spots right now. Anthony Volpe, since he turned 24, looks like a better Anthony Volpe. But we've seen this many times. That you'll get a week, 2 weeks, a month, great. And then the next 28 games,
It's funny how
he'll
it's
hit
always
125.
It's funny how it's always around a couple of days off, though.
Because it's true. The numbers prove it. There's numbers out there that show you the 5 days he hasn't played. He's played better right after it when he gets a day off. He needs a day off. I mean, nobody's Iron Man anymore in baseball. Soto's the only other guy that doesn't like days off. Guys don't take days off like that. I mean, Boone typically loves giving these guys days off.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Look, I don't have an answer for the lineup. I don't think there's enough guys hitting.
That I know, but what is a normal lineup that we see? Trent Grisham. I'm okay with putting somebody behind. Like, it was already proven. It doesn't matter who's behind Judge. Judge is gonna be Judge, and Ben Rice. I like the Ben Rice Judge, or the Goldschmidt Judge. I don't care if it's 2 righties against a lefty. I don't care. I don't care.
Honest, I'm actually I can't believe I'm actually saying this. I'm kind of with you with the Rice Judge, and I do like Judge batting 3rd, but I'm almost with you on that one because I think it benefits Rice so much. And people are gonna say I'm nuts, Francis. I think you're gonna agree with me on this. I'd still go Dominguez, Rice, Judge. I really would against righties. I would. I'm sorry. You can say all you want, yeah, but he's not hitting. He's hitting 220.
That's another thing. He's not hitting.
Right-handed, he's hitting over 300.
Right.
But
if he's batting lefty, he's
hitting over 300.
300. His OPS is sky high. Like,
what I was gonna say is, even today, like, he's still batting 8th. They don't even put him ahead of Pablo Reyes.
They won't. It doesn't. My thing is, look, if it was me, and I think
I'd retire. I'd say I quit. I'm done.
If I'm making a lineup, Yankees are facing regular right-hander. Like, literally, the way I'd go Dominguez, Rice, Judge, and I'd probably put Goldschmidt right after Judge. I'd go right. And people say, why? Well, you got to balance it out, lefty, righty, lefty. No,
doesn't matter, bro.
No, I don't.
Doesn't matter, yeah.
No, I don't. I'm putting 4 hitters back to back that are going to give whoever you put on the mound a lot of trouble every time they come up. And you're going to see them at least 3 times, probably 4. You're going to see 2 of those guys at least 4 times. And if we're hitting, you're going to see all 4 of them 4 times. And that's going to be hell to pay. You might get them the first time. Hell, you might get them the second time. 3 and 4 is going to be a lot harder. I'm telling you, if it's Dominguez, Rice, Judge, Goldschmidt, that 1 through 4 is ridiculous with the way those guys are hitting. And it's a
and the way they fight. Like, the way that there's approach.
They have positive at bats.
Exactly. They could go down 1, 2, 3 in the first inning. It's not going to be a 10-pitch inning.
Yep.
No.
It's not going to be
exactly.
It's going to be closer to. It's going to be between 15 and 20 pitches. That's what I want, and I think that's the issue when I look at. Look, I get it. Jazz. The numbers aren't there right now, so you got a lot of people saying a lot of different.
Fuck
things.
it, put Trent 5th.
Right. Why not? For me, it's fine. Right, with the stuff people are saying about Jazz, but I think. I'm not going to put Jazz in the bucket with Volpe. Jazz is way more.
No,
Volpe.
Definitely not.
He's shown way more than Volpe. Like, Volpe not being a middle of the order bat, I mean, I'm 100% with that. I am resigned to that fact already. It's only the Yankees who don't seem to get that yet. Jazz, on the other hand, I think has the potential and has proven that he does have that potential.
Definitely.
He just had a bad start to the year. Like Pete just said, it's the way it looks. It's gonna have to be one of them. And if I got to choose between Volpe and Jazz, I go Jazz. 10 out of 10 times. I don't. It just is what it is. Unless they make a trade or somebody else bursts onto the scene, one of those two guys is gonna have to be in the middle of the order somewhere. And if I had my choice, it would be Jazz.
Oh no, absolutely. If you're giving me the choice between them, what I'm saying is
But
honestly,
they're
if
not
you,
giving us that choice.
though, if Jazz, like I'm
They're gonna
hoping,
have
like
them back to back forever.
exactly. That's another thing. There's two guys that are impatient. They don't see enough pitches going back to back. You can't have that. And then my thing is that if you go 1 through 4, like you just said, which was Jason, Ben Rice, Judge, Goldie,
Yep.
and then you put Trent Grisham 5, another guy who's
So
a
are you
walk
just
guy or a
sitting
home run
Bellinger?
guy.
Are you sitting Bellinger at that point?
I was gonna say they're probably not sitting Bellinger if it's a righty on the mound.
That's the only problem is that, it probably wouldn't be Grisham in that moment. It'd be Bellymore.
My thing is that you are able to see the next couple of days anyway. So, like for example, this series, Boone knew he was going to face a righty lefty. You knew that the right decision was to play Dominguez yesterday and to bench him today and let Bellinger because he has better splits against lefties, right? And then if you want to give Bellinger another day on Friday or whatever, like I understand that we have to find spots for these guys. So Jason's gonna have to sit at least once a week or maybe twice, but Jason should not be sitting 3 to 4 times a week. And right now, he's the young guy. It's a 4-man rotation, and that's how you do this. My brother, like what? Why when you look around the league, the top prospects get at least this motherfucker didn't even have a month, bro. He didn't even have a month, bro. I understand that Trent Grisham's on fire. Why are we continuing to play with this man when he was on fire? Yeah, the times that he's been leadoff is different, but hitting him second, I don't know why. I don't know what today's idea was of hitting him second.
They try to get cute. That's all it is. It's typical Yankee
The
shit.
Yankees. This
They
is
try to
exactly
get
what they
cute.
do.
That's what it is. They try to get cute. They say, you know what, we're gonna put him in the 2 spot. We're gonna drop Judge 3. Yeah, you're willing to try that, but Cody Bellinger in the 2 spot ahead of Judge. No. Okay.
And on top of that, too, the entire time, the minute they got Cody Bellinger, I'm sitting there going, all right, that's the Soto and Judge this year.
Nope.
And again, I'm not saying that he's Soto, but wouldn't that be the obvious move? Why would you fix the wheel when the wheel was already there? It worked. Why would you mess around with that? Again, I understand that Bellinger is not Juan Soto, but that is the reason why we're sitting here saying now we've saw what worked. Why wouldn't we go Dominguez, Rice, Judge? I just feel like the Yankees don't even want to put Dominguez into that spotlight. Like it's just like, no, leave him 8th. It's good. Let him ease. We're easing him in. And on top of that, Ben Rice has sat games.
Yeah.
It ain't even just Dominguez. Ben Rice, I think, has sat 3 games this year. Has not even appeared in games. Ben Rice, look at the numbers he's putting up.
Hitting the ball as hard.
I feel like as I get older, I'm sounding more and more like Robert Baratheon.
He just
Look at the numbers he's putting up.
He said, is that what benching means?
Is that what benching means?
He just got under that one tonight. Like he
just missed it, bro.
I was like, just hit the wall, please. Just come off the wall. Don't go. I just want. Oh my god, bro. Why? And it's like, and sometimes I'm today on Twitter right away. Oh, Dominguez sucks, whatever that. And I'm trying to go back, whatever, because I'm just like, I'm done hearing this shit. Because I knew this was gonna happen. I said this shit today. I told Joey Bag of Donuts, watch people come at Dominguez today because he's gonna have a rough day. Because people don't know how to look at fucking splits. Number one, and number two, sometimes you just gotta tip your cap. That motherfucker threw him. Out of the 7 pitches he saw, he threw 5 sliders, 1 high fastball, and then pulled a string with the changeup. That's good pitching. Facts. It happens, bro. No doubt. His sliders were 86. He threw an 81 mop, and he like it is what it is, bro. He caught him. He froze him. So it's like sometimes you gotta tip your hat. What are we doing as a fan base? It's just like it just drives me nuts, bro. And then the Yankees don't help because it's what I'm saying. We don't try to go at Volpe, but you give us Volpe, Mark Leiter fatigue. You continue to put this guy in spots like he's the second coming of Jesus Christ all the fucking time, and he's not, bro. And I'm sorry, nobody's talking about his error today. It's a play that should have been made. I don't want to hear it about it. I get he's a great defender. It's a play that should have been made. You should at least got one out there.
People will
at least get one out.
People will say, "What does that do for you?" Allow Francis to break it down. Felix Bautista was pitching in the 9th inning of the game. He would still have likely been pitching in the 9th inning of that game, as the Orioles would have, if the game is tied, which it would have been if there was no error, it would be 4-4. If you go to Batista in the ninth still, he probably gets the hold like he just did. Going into extra innings, though, they only had 2 pitchers left in that bullpen. 2.
Yep. That's
2
right.
pitchers left in that bullpen, and not particularly great. So what does that mean? Though the Yankees have shown the ability to, or inability, I should say, to not be able to get it done in extra innings in the past, when they only got 2 pitchers on the other side in the bullpen, this is probably a game where Hyde says, "Yeah, like if they beat us here, they beat us. Like we needed to win this game in 9 innings. I can't overextend the bullpen for 1 win in freaking April. This is a game that you probably end up getting just because of it, just by attrition. But
and
we'll never know.
And it would have been judged probably in extras if it pans out offensively, or if not, it would have at least been Rice.
He leads off, and extras would have run around second, Kev.
Exactly.
That's right.
Or they walk him, and you still got Ben Rice with no outs. You got 2 guys on with Ben Rice and Volpe with no guy. If we can't score a run there, I don't know what to tell you.
You're probably 100% right. They probably, because it's not Batista, I don't think they go 2 innings with him, especially him coming off the injury.
No,
like that.
They're not. They're not
So
pitching them back to back. They're not going.
They would never go back to back with him. No,
probably,
no way.
And he was pitching the second day. Not the second day, the second game of the series. He already pitched in the series. So they probably go and walk him so that he doesn't, put 2 runs on the board immediately. But then now, like you said, it's runners on first and second for Ben Rice, who's no slouch. I mean, it's as good a shot as ever. Again, I don't think Brandon Hyde would have had the quickest hook because you're not about to overextend this bullpen in April for 1 win. It's like, bro.
I mean, Brandon Hyde is kind of ass, so he might.
Well, there was a day. Listen, there was a day. You said there was 2 guys left. Anyway, whoever it is, there's everybody. Both of the teams have a day off tomorrow, so I'm pretty sure he would have still tried to go his best out of the 2. But again, you got 2 guys on.
Yeah, he would have. Yeah,
you got the best out of 2. But I'm saying it's probably still not enough because we saw the best already.
Who was left though? Were the 2 righties, right?
Yeah, Cano was already in the game.
Cano Soto was done.
Gregory Soto was in the game. Batista, of course.
Bro, it was the end of the bullpen.
Baker's their other decent. He throws hard. That's it. And yeah, they had nobody.
That's what I'm telling you. You get this game. You would have got this game to extras. It not only did the Yankees probably win, but it probably would have gotten ugly. It would probably have been a 3-4 run inning.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see. So it was probably. I'm trying to see. Sir Anthony pitched as well today, right?
Yep.
Dominguez
Sir Anthony Dominguez pitched
today.
Yeah,
he wasn't one of the ones left.
So who were you talking about? Cionel Perez? He didn't pitch.
Yes.
Cionel Perez is one.
He pitched yesterday.
And exactly, he's one of them, and he pitched.
And the Yankees gave up a hit and 2 strikeouts yesterday against the Yankees. He already pitched yesterday, so he might have not even used them today. I don't even know how many pitches he pitched yesterday.
I'm telling you, bro. He was at it was bare bones in that bullpen when he went to Batista in the ninth. It was literally like, if this guy does not get it done, we are in deep trouble. He got it done. Shouts out to him.
Yep.
And yeah, he threw.
He's still a nasty.
He threw 20. No, Cionel is. Yeah, he throws hard, but he threw 28 pitches. I don't know if they go to him today.
No, it would have been whoever was left. It would have been whoever was left.
Yeah, so it's like I'm just.
So it would have been somebody who gets put out there, and if they don't get it done, they have to die on the mound.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, give me a second. I just got to address somebody in the chat. I figured the moron is a Mets fan. I had a feeling he probably was.
Fuck you,
so I'm gonna read this
sorry.
out loud because no. I'm gonna read this out loud because this is fun. This is from Dr. Fisher. He says this channel nor anybody on it has zero affiliation to the Yankees, yet they constantly claim they do. I don't believe anybody here has ever constantly claimed that we have any type of affiliation with the Yankees. But what I will tell you what we do have with the New York Yankees. With a click of a button, you could use the code NYYU25 and get a code discounted tickets directly from those New York Yankees that you are talking about, Dr. Asshole. On top of that, Dr. Asshole, the New York Yankees, those New York Yankees donated us 4 tickets to our event to do as a auction after to support Stand Up to Cancer. Those New York Yankees that we, again, do not have any affiliation with, but I think real recognizes real. And unlike you, my brother, you are about as fake as a BBL. is about as fake as you are, my friend. And I figured you would be a Mets fan or somebody else because only a dumbass like you would say something so stupid.
I wonder
God
if he's
bless
even.
you.
I wonder if he's even a real doctor or he's just.
Well,
a
he makes his money sucking Johnsons on the weekend.
or blowing them up. What isn't a way to get it bigger? Like with a I don't know
enlargement. He
or
works on
enlargement. That's what he does.
Yeah,
He
he works
enlarges
on
Johnson's.
enlargements. God bless him.
Doctor
God bless
Johnson.
him.
Is he Doctor Johnson? Was he or
That's the cream. That's the cream he utilizes in his coffee, by the way. But we'll move
Doctor
on.
Johnson enhancer? Get the fuck out of here, bro.
As the channel grows,
It's gonna happen. You know
I've
that.
been saying this week in and week out. You guys are my witnesses.
Week in, week out.
We got a lot of hate watchers this season, so I would like to greet you all. Right, I would like to say, hey, good evening. Tip of the cap to all the hate watchers. Make sure you hit the like button.
Yes,
you're here watching anyway. And welcome. All right. Listen, I know you got a lot of hate in your hearts and a lot of hate in your blood. Please save some of that for later. I know you want to blow your load now. Pause.
Oh, wow, Diablo.
Hey, yo.
I promise you there will be a lot more for you to hate on in the coming months and year. So save some. That's all I'm saying. Just save it.
We say it all the time. Honestly, like we're doing it for your own good. Just save the hate because you're gonna have a lot to hate on.
Because you're gonna run out
very soon. Like save it.
And you're gonna run out, and then before you know it, what are you gonna be? You're gonna be a fan. And guess what?
Then they're gonna be Diddy because all the baby oil's out.
Listen, let me tell you something. It takes people don't believe this, but it's the truth. It takes just as much energy to love as it does to hate. Okay.
Facts.
So that's why I salute you and I greet you, all the hate watchers. How's it going? Good evening. How you doing? I know you mad looking at the three of us. Look at
I mean, if you hate, just hit the like button at least.
Look at these three guys. Hit the like button. You know you like it.
Yeah, I just want to put a button on what we were talking about too.
Okay.
The number one rated prospect of 2023, I think it was, in 2024, Jackson Holiday.
Anthony Volpe. Oh,
sucks ass.
Jackson Holiday is hitting 237 this year with a 673 OPS. So I mean, can you guys give your prospect some time?
I said that to be fair.
Yeah.
A lot of people in the chat were talking about how the Yankees can't develop any prospects. I said, guys, wait a second. Look at the team that we're playing. Kerstead has not been the guy he was in the minor leagues. Holiday has not been that guy. I don't know about what's the dude that's the second baseman? Is he injured? He might be injured. Westberg. Westberg might be injured.
Westberg?
Yeah. He might be injured. I'm assuming. I think he's a good hitter. So I don't want to beat up, but he's been really good.
But he's also a good hitter too. Yeah,
he was a good hitter. But again, guys, Sweet Baby Jesus said, "Who's also ready to ship Dominguez back to DR?" Oh my God.
What?
I mean, I get it. Listen, I get it to be frustrated, but it's like again, like it just frustrates me that we don't give the kid a full at least 2 months. No, I don't care. A lot of people feel that way, and at the end of the day, he's gonna have to do with a lot of prospects have to do is just shut people up and go out there and ball. But to that, I also want to switch gears here because yesterday. Now last Bronx or nothing, we talked about this that it could be 3 consecutive outings. My God, has Carlos Rodon looked great his last 3 outings now?
Can you say it again for the people in the back?
Carlos Rodon.
Okay.
Carlos. Hey! How many Ks yesterday?
6, I think. One other thing too with Boone. One more thing too with Aaron Boone. Tell the fucking guy he's done. He wants to stay in every game. Why'd you let him go back out to give him a home run? This okay. All right.
Being together with friends is what I like to do. Being together with friends.
Together the whole day through. Why did you have to let him come back out for just say, Carlos, look, you gave us 6, brother. We don't need nothing else from you. You're good. No, I want to go back to Carlos, take a seat. You're done. Great job today.
Yeah,
you're coming out.
What was the score by then? It was
12 to 12
to 1.
I think because of the score, you figure if we can get through the 7th here, like steal one more inning and only need 6 outs from the pen. Look, I get it.
I think even if he got him out, he was taking him out right there. He had the bullpen ready. He had everybody ready to come in that game. I think he was pulling them either way.
I think he was going to go batter to batter. I think if he would have got him out, he would have given him another batter and kind of went. That's me. I mean, again, I'm this is all guessing because we don't.
I mean, he was really good pitch count wise.
But I think it was that. I think it was he looked at the score. He said, "Look, we got a guy in Rodon here who's dominating, cruising, if you will. Had a perfecto, lost it, big whoop. Let's see if we can steal this extra inning out of him, and then only save those outs in the bullpen, which is never a popular thing to do. But I think with the way that the Yankees are set up on the pitching side, I do kind of get
that's still two.
But it's also a day to get people in work. Also, Matzik is a good one. Hamilton, he got those guys in that game, but
it's like
it's true. It's true. I see both. I guess what I'm saying, I see both sides. Like, and I think if I would have made the decision, I probably lean towards the Boone side. I would have made the same mistake. I would have tried to steal another inning with Rodon.
But here's the problem. That wasn't the Boone side. Boone was taking him out of that game. Rodon fought to stay in, and Boone said, "Okay."
Oh well, then that's what I mean by the Boone side, though. He went with his guy. And Boone has had this problem. We saw how many times have we seen it with Garrett Cole? He doesn't know how to say no.
Sometimes I like it. Sometimes I don't. That situation to me, if my mind was made up that you're done after 6, hey, you pitched great for us. Leave here. We don't need you anymore. You're good.
He struggles when it comes to the horses, the big arms on the team. He struggles saying no to them. It's part of what makes him Aaron Boone, like the players coach. Like that's part of what makes him him. Like what I'm saying,
Aaron
guys
Boone,
go to him.
what a name.
Guys go to him and say,
I don't know, bro.
I'm not done. I want to go back out there. And I guess again, I say this all the time. I am biased towards pitchers, so that's probably why I'm like, no, I get it. Because if I was Rodon, I also would have been like, nah, I'm going out there. I'm not gonna sit yet.
That super chat made me laugh, man. Yankees are sending DJ LeMahieu to the NYY softball game for rehab.
You should retweet it.
Oh man, I tell you what. Somebody say Aaron Boone's name one more time.
By the way, Aaron Boone.
Gods, what a stupid name.
No choice.
By the way, Yogo
Shut
gave
up, Steels.
4 earned runs today.
He gave Brett the cool name. What'd you want?
Who gave a what?
Andres Gomez gave up 4 earned runs today. He pitched three innings of no hit ball the other day, and then he gave up 4. His first outing, yeah. But because we got Mastic, we got
tonight?
Miami.
Damn, he gave up all that to Miami.
Hey, Miami got some boppers. One of them is called Agustin Ramirez, by the way.
No, that I know. But
Remember the time Steve Harvey asked Pedro Martinez what rhymes? Give me a word that rhymes with yummy, and he said Miami.
Yo, listen. No Pedro. No Pedro. We can't slander Pedro.
No, he said it. I'm not slandering him. I love the guy. He said it.
Matter of fact, I'm not gonna let homeboy in the
Family Feud.
We try to let that Dominguez ship back to DR. We almost let you slide. I know you said you was kidding, but nah.
I love Sweet Baby Jesus. That's why I thought it was weird. I'm like, Sweet Baby Jesus said that?
Sweet Baby Jesus. And I to his credit, he put right after. Just kidding. Because he knew somebody was gonna say something. But let me ask you a question, because this is the question that really needs an answer, and this is a question that I'm sure everybody in the chat wants to know. So I pose it to you two gentlemen.
What's up? Miami? You want us to rhyme something with yummy?
100 men versus a gorilla.
Get the fuck out of here with this nonsense, man. I got this today, man.
I know this was gonna do this shit, bro.
We know we got to be better.
We know we got to be better. Listen, 100. Somebody said on Twitter the other day, they said 100 Aaron Judges versus a gorilla.
The gorilla will beat the fucking brakes off of him.
I said, listen, it depends on the month.
Now hold on. Is this one after another, like one?
Whatever you want to do.
100 at the same time.
Whatever you want to do.
See, the 100 at the same time is gonna be tough because a gorilla is gonna kill multiple ones very quickly. Like if he's gonna.
See, I love Pete. Pete's going like real deep dive.
I love this.
He's gonna rip. Because
I know silverbacks are 500.
A silverback gorilla.
They're over 500 pounds. A gorilla will grab your arm, Kev.
And rip it off.
Not a problem. And start beating you with it and just destroy you. Why? Go like this, rip your whole face off.
The chimpanzees do that.
And a chimp is nothing compared to a silverback.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So, I mean, if it's ever going...
A silverback...
You can line up 100 men, the strongest men on the planet. Robert Baratheon's, when he was young, in a row.
I think, though...
The gorilla's wiping them clean one after another. If it's 100... I think you can rip his eyes out and shit. You could do a lot.
I think
That's what I'm saying. You got to wait until he gets tired. But who sacrifices themselves?
I don't even know if he gets tired.
It's 100.
I think. Hold on. I think if you're able to give the 100 men choices of baseballs and bats, then you have a shot because you can have like a bunch of guys like Ben Joyce throwing 105. You have like those guys like 15 guys throwing 100-mile-per-hour fastballs. Hey, he's coming at you. You got all those. You got 20 guys throwing 100-mile-per-hour fastballs, and you got a second wave of 20 to 30 guys with baseball bats the size of Yandy Diaz and Aaron Judge. You might have a shot.
Well, what does the gorilla get? Just that?
Not gorilla. It's 500. What you say? 800 pounds.
But why do they get a weapon for? Why do they get weapons for?
What you mean? He has super.
I don't think in the
He's not a human.
In the case study that's happening on
he's a
right now.
What is it? Homo sapiens?
Homo sapiens, yeah. In the case study that's happening.
Why don't we get that strength? Right now, are we cousins from the gorillas?
I don't think they have weapons, so I don't think it's fair to give them weapons. I think you just gotta.
So I saw this video, right?
Fair and square. You got to square up 100 men versus one silverback.
I'll say this. I don't want to be one of those dudes.
I mean, if that blue chick took over 100 men,
I would never be one of those.
Put me on the bench.
Hell no, I'm not going against no gorilla.
No,
what I think people are forgetting is they're forgetting like the human aspect of it. I think you could get 100 of the toughest dudes in the world, but once they see 20 or 30 get taken out like that,
half of another 30 we're gonna jump or leave.
Gonna do because that's the thing. Is like we're human, so like
when the first dude gets his arm ripped right off and his jaw ripped from his head.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't know if anybody's gonna do a thing.
That's what I'm saying. So like once you see that as a human happen to another human, like you're still charging at this thing. Like I don't.
They go for the eyes first.
That's the part that I miss.
That's what they go for. They go for the eyes and the organ areas. So yeah, like Macho just said, there was that woman in New York. He ripped her eyes out. The chimp was a pet, and they just rip him right out.
This is why I don't understand people who have chimps as pets.
I mean, I'll probably have one in a few months.
I was gonna say it's a pretty cool pet to have.
It's not a cool pet to have.
It's a fire pet to have.
Anything that can rip your face off and put it on and joke.
Bro, but you raise him as a baby.
It doesn't matter.
Come on, man. Think about a chimp just hanging out of your back.
But the chimp doesn't know that you're.
He wears a little diaper running around the house.
But the chimp doesn't know that you're that fragile, and he might by mistake fuck you.
You teach him.
Yeah,
sure.
Smart.
You teach dogs.
Oh yeah, it's just like a dog.
I know some chimps that are smarter than a lot of humans that I know. I'm just
get the fuck out of here, bro. I'm never going to y'all motherfuckers' houses, bro.
Kevin's really
that's some of the whitest.
Yeah. He said, yeah, it's like a dog, yeah.
Nah, you know what pet I'm gonna have that Kev and Pete knows this already. Cause
I'm not going there, bro.
Kev is gonna be
no, Jira, not.
Remember, Pete? I said I'm gonna have the lake in the back, and I'm gonna bring people to the lake.
Oh, you fucking big ass the King Cooper fucking turtle.
Yeah.
No, you like the alligator snapping turtle. You're actually mine. That thing will take the whole arm off.
Yo, that shit is fire though. All right, let's see.
What?
Wait, what is this? Somebody said. Tobey Maguire.
I know exactly
Andrew
what that
Garfield or Tom Holland.
Oh,
Aunt
for
May.
Spider-Man's.
Oh, why did Aunt May at the end? Confused.
No, because that's probably he's trying to say marry, kill, fuck.
Well, we know. Well, I think everybody knows who I'm fucking. So why would I even answer that?
So you're marrying either Tom Holland or Andrew?
Well, I mean, I gotta.
This show's supposed to.
I gotta
be
get my rocks
off.
off. Listen, I can marry one of them. I don't ever gotta do nothing with them. But if I gotta f somebody, you know what I'm saying? I gotta do it. So Aunt May. I thought he was asking me which was the best Spider-Man out of those three.
Aunt May could bake a pie. I tell you that much.
She could. And let me tell you, if it's the Aunt May from the
new one,
from the Tom Holland Jones,
Marissa Tomei.
Oh, Marissa Tomei. Hey.
Remember George Costanza? Hey. Marissa Tomei.
Yo, Marissa Tomei is fire. I mean, she had so much aura in that movie. It was not even funny, bro.
But speaking of aura, Aaron Judge officially will enter May. Will official enter May hitting, what is he hitting right now? Let me see.
416, I think, or
it says 412.
412. Then he made out his last at bat. No, that's old, I think, Kev.
Is it?
I think so. Let me see. Being together.
427.
427. Yeah, he didn't get a chance to bat again.
Maron.
He was almost a 1300 today, right? OPS.
Wild, bro.
I mean, his numbers are there needs to be another level. There's nobody in baseball that makes that look like they're supposed to be another level besides Aaron Judge. Nobody. There's nobody.
Shohei Ohtani.
No, it's not even close. It's not even fucking close, man.
I would say Ohtani at his best.
It's still not close.
I mean, there were
what was the best Ohtani that we've ever seen? Last year?
Last year,
hitting wise? Okay, let's take a look.
Last year was the best Shohei. Yeah.
Okay. All right, let's take a look. Ohtani last year. Let's compare him to Aaron Judge because he was so good last season. Let's take a look here. Pop Simonetti will be so proud of me right now for this episode. Wait, I can't look at last year on this thing to compare.
Ohtani has been quiet, but of course he played the fucking Marlins today and he went off.
Like always.
Ohtani last year, there's not one number that Ohtani did offensively that came close to Aaron Judge besides the 54 home runs, 130 RBIs.
That was literally it. And that's, but to me, if you're gonna ask that question, if there's another player that makes it look like there could be another level, because if you look at Ohtani's numbers last year,
hey, 310 ain't making it look like that though.
But I'm saying if you look at his slash line from last year and he was hitting that in a lower level, you'd be saying call this guy up.
Oh, I'm talking about this absolutely. Is like this league is like the league of the heavens. These are like you get promoted to like you're the only guy up here.
And Judge,
it's 10 guys up here playing each other every day.
That's it.
Like you're taking that and then you grab a glove and go on the field.
That's it. You're done.
Wild.
The
gods level.
I was gonna say, Judge. I forgot my train of thought. Motherfucker. What was I gonna say about Aaron Joe?
It's because you're thinking about these damn gorillas and shit.
Mike Golson.
Hey, Golson.
Well, could a gorilla strike out Aaron Judge?
Oh God, here we go.
No, I'm just saying.
Oh my God,
they're pretty strong. Like, how hard do you think a gorilla throws?
You think if Aaron Judge flipped the baseball, hit it, and it hits a gorilla, would he turn around and run?
Let me die.
If he hits a baseball at 115 and it hits gorilla square in the chase, you think he'll run away from Judge and be like, "Who the
gorilla
fuck?"
Will laugh.
A ball 115? Yeah, you're right.
Yes, he'd be like, "The fuck is that? Was it a twig?" His tit will probably catch it.
You think that'd be interesting?
That's kind of
his tit will catch it. He'll turn around and catch it with his ass cheeks.
Miles an hour, bro. Listen, I don't know. All I know is like you know how every now and then Judge like.
You heard what he said? No, he said if Judge hits a ball 115, the gorilla would turn around and catch it with his
ass cheeks, bro. Eat like it's nothing.
Nah, he's wilding now.
He'll take that shit out, drop it on the ground, and just sit there. Probably throw it at Judge and kill him.
I'm sorry, guys.
That's a level of precision.
I am so sorry.
That's a level of precision that I did not anticipate them having, but shouts out to them. I was gonna say though, you know when Giancarlo does this a lot too, that they smoke one to third base like over 100. Like, could you imagine playing third base when that shit happens? I mean, your whole life,
bro. The guys from Lidong were laughing at and talking about when Caminero was playing over there. He's like, I can't see the ball when he hits it.
Bro, it's wild, bro.
Imagine fighting this thing.
Yeah, he's gonna keep.
Did you put Harambe on the screen, yo? R.I.P. Harambe, bro.
Brother, why you gotta act like they all look the same for? That is not Harambe.
That's not Harambe.
That's not Harambe. Harambe was not in the wild.
He's giving me Harambe vibes, man.
Ain't no Harambe vibe. And look, shout out to Harambe, who did nothing wrong. He was protecting that child.
He did nothing.
He did not deserve death.
He did not
commit treason.
He didn't. You know who committed treason? The ones who killed him.
100%. No doubt about it. They committed treason.
No I mean, come on, guys. He has a child next to him. I don't think you want to risk him. Jesus Christ.
Kev, you want to fight that, Kev?
He didn't do nothing wrong, bro.
Kev.
That shit looks scary as fuck. Why you got sunflower seeds as teeth?
I'm not gonna lie, bro.
My man has sunflower seeds as teeth. Are those ranch or regular original sunflower seeds?
Those definitely barbecue. Like
those barbecue, right?
Silverbacks definitely look like they like barbecue sunflower seeds.
Here's Rod Thompson. A gorilla has the grip strength of 1,300 PSI. They will crush your head and bones like twigs. 200 grannies versus Hung Holy.
Hey, let me tell you something. The grannies might win that one. I don't know. Yo,
that room would smell like mothballs, bro.
Yo,
I mean, it's just not fair to put a gorilla in the open field. The humans have to have something, like either like I don't know, like
God,
I don't know what a stupid name.
This country.
Because I was gonna.
I'm
There's
sorry,
just
I had to bring it up, and I was
the
thinking-
last video I
was
sent you
thinking
guys
about
though. The guys like,
bringing up
well, what are the weaknesses of a gorilla?
Yo,
Endurance.
look at that thing.
Nothing.
Yes, endurance. They get tired, nigga.
Endurance.
Yeah,
They
all right.
do. Yes.
That's why I brought
Okay.
up. That's why I brought up the getting tired.
Yeah, they do get tired, and they got weak organs.
Yeah, good. Get him tired. Go ahead. Tell
Well,
this
it's like this,
motherfucker
so
you get. Tell him.
somebody brought
Tell
this
him
up.
you get tired.
We'll have like 5 Anthony Volpes that are quick like that. Just throw rocks at him and then run. Have him chase him.
Anthony
and then-
Volpe wouldn't
here's my
last 3
question.
seconds. The guy said he's scared of his own shadow. He ain't lasted for 3 seconds against a silverback.
All right,
I
can
don't
we
know.
stop this, bro?
Anthony Volpe is low key
Chat ones if you want us
a
to stop this
sneaky-
gorilla talk.
a sneaky tough guy. Like,
I never said he's not tough.
No,
he
I'm
ain't
saying-
lasting against no good. Look at this motherfucker.
no, he's not gonna last. I mean, he's not lasting against.
That's AI.
I don't give a shit. It's still a gorilla.
I mean, bro, half of Planet of the Apes is AI. It still scares the shit out of me. Like, I don't care. Like, I know it ain't real, but it's like I wasn't trying to be on that movie set. I know that. Look, I'm saying about Volpe. Like, you saw him today when Kerstad was getting upset and Volpe's just like
Oh,
laughing.
can we
in his
talk
face.
about that, please?
Oh, that was absolute
Yo,
bullshit.
Volpe is
They
like-
should've- somebody should have slapped him
Yo,
in the
how
face
is
for real.
He's
Kerstad
low-key
calling
a
Pablo
tough
Reyes
guy.
Puerto Rican? No wonder anybody would get offense.
Wait, what happened? What happened?
He was saying, "Get the fuck off of you, Puerto Rican," and then Pablo Reyes was
No.
like, "What you call me? What?
He ain't say
What?
that.
I'm
He ain't say
Dominican." That's why he said like this. I'm Dominican. Yeah, bro. He called him Puerto Rican. Y'all didn't see that?
He ain't calling.
Well,
him.
I'm
That's
nominating.
crazy.
I'm nominating
imagine,
Kerstad
bro?
and the Baltimore Orioles to be the first 26 of the 100 to fight the gorilla.
You think the Beach Boys are gonna stand a chance against Harambe? You
I think Kerstad was butthurt about last time. I mean, he got hit in the head by Clay Holmes fastball. So,
Look at that tit.
oh my god.
I
Do
know-
you want? Do
I
you
know
want to get
something.
close to that?
Aroldis Chapman would. He likes tits. Those is his type too. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Bro, why are we looking at this, bro? I don't want to see this right
Yo.
now.
It's a huge topic of conversation. People are going nuts in the chat about this. You can't
I'm
stop
telling-
now.
I'm
They're
telling
going
you,
wild.
that's why I brought it up because I know the people want to know what we think. I just thought
This is
you
better than
tell them.
Yankee talk. You want to talk about Aaron Boone or that fucking thing? Kev left.
Elgato. Elgato. Oh, I thought Elgato was gone forever, but it made a return in the big 2025.
Kev said, "Fuck this."
Oh man, the
But
chat didn't even hear me.
No, to be fair, to talk about one thing, me and Francis were talking about this too.
If you
The
get
Yankees-
150, man. Oh, sorry.
Oh God, here we go. The Yankees are, what are they, 18 and 13?
Yeah.
Yes.
If somebody told you beginning of the year they'd finish the first month 18 and 13 with their rotation, would you believe them?
I said they were ass. They
No.
should be 20 and 10.
I-
Nice play. I wouldn't believe them. I thought we would be a little bit closer to 500.
I had
If
them
I'm
at
being
20 and
completely
11.
honest.
I had them at 20 and 11 off pure optimism. And I said it when I tweeted it out. No, this is like me being super optimistic, 20 and 11. And I
So
told
optimistic this
before we
year,
went
bro.
live, I was like, bro, it's crazy because there's 3 games that they lost that in my heart, there's no way they should have lost them.
Yep.
So if they win those 3 games, they'd actually be 21 and 10.
Devin Williams,
All
Mark
3.
Leiter-
Well,
Mark
no,
Leiter-
not-
Mark
all
Leiter
3.
Jr.
It was
and
the
Devin
Mark
Williams.
Leiter game that we went to. It was Devin
Arizona,
Williams
yeah.
Tampa, and it was Devin Williams versus Toronto.
Y'all were in that game?
Yeah.
The Diamondbacks game?
Yeah.
That Leiter gave up the Grand Slam? Dogs, we were in Delta, baby. Saw that shit like perfect.
You sure that said super nice?
Off the
Kev,
bat, we knew it
Kev,
immediately.
Kev, we
I put
called
down
it.
my Mr. Softy for that shit.
Kev,
Oh, please.
We called
Next,
it.
Kev,
We
Francis, was
called
it not the next
before it
pitch?
happened. Literally, it was. We
I put
called
it down.
before
Next
it
pitch, he to
happened.
homer.
We called it before it happened. Once he came out to get Tim Hill.
Was it on a slide? Was it on? I don't remember. Was it on a splitter?
No, he threw the curveball again. I think. it was.
Curveball. He hung him a curveball and he drilled it. Eugenio Suarez is an absolute animal this year.
A lot of people, including Keith, told me we should have got him, and I didn't listen to him. But we should have.
I said it in the offseason.
And he was on a streak at that point. I think
Shit takes.
He had four straight games with a home run, and he hadn't hit a home run that day.
Yep. And he was late on the fastball. He was always late in his
Yep,
fastball. He
and
wasn't
catch
seeing
up
it
to the
right.
fastball,
And then he
never
just.
really-
By the
Yeah,
way,
but
Rob
Mark
posed
Leiter's
something.
fastballs.
And people said, and people try, and we were at the game and we saw the play. And when I got home, I saw people on Twitter saying that Dominguez should have caught it.
Yeah, Raw also just threw something in the chat that I'll bring up real quick. I'm sorry, I love it. I gotta talk about this. A Kodiak or Alaskan grizzly bear versus a silverback gorilla. And if anybody doesn't know what a Alaskan grizzly is, an Alaskan grizzly would absolutely obliterate
Just
a
watch
silverback gorilla.
just watch the Revenant.
Bro, they're 10 feet tall. They're like over 1,000 pounds. I mean, they would obliterate.
Pete, how have you
a
not
grizzly.
played Red Dead
A
Redemption?
monster of an animal.
I don't play video games.
You get attacked by all those animals while you're just on your horse. That's the coolest game
Fuck is
ever.
that?
So
I'll go
it-
watch it on YouTube for 5 minutes.
but it's not the same when you're playing, bro.
it's a
When
Western.
you just went hunting and you hunt because that's how you trade. You get money, right? So you got all the goods in your fucking in your back, and you just riding in the middle of fucking Alaska, and this grizzly bear, all you hear from the far, and you're like, oh shit, how close is he? And you just start hauling ass. It don't matter. That motherfucker catches up, eats you and the fucking horse.
You're done.
Do you
Bro,
have music in that game? Like, can you have like a radio? Because if this song's not in it,
Baby, I'm gonna love you forever.
Yeah, let me get
that's gonna be
Seasoned
me and
steakhouse
Francis when he
wings.
comes over here.
That's
It's a
long.
fact.
That's what I hear when I go to Longhorn Steakhouse. Let me get seasoned steakhouse wings,
Nah,
2 Cokes, and shrimp fried rice.
There's no music in the game. You know what's funny though? It's funny Kev brings that up because low key, I agree. I think you would actually like that game, Pete.
Pete, you would love that game.
think you
I
would
actually
like that
no. Now that I didn't know he was, I mean, I kind of knew that Pete's into like animals and stuff like that, but that game is awesome. I would just sit
Him
there,
and
fish.
Jira, they got a zoo.
I would shoot birds, and if you like, and peel the skin off. Depends on what feathers you get, how much money. It's
Oh yeah,
cool,
the
Pete.
pelts. The pelts.
Yeah.
No, bro,
I might
people
look
like
into it, man.
Pete-
I'll
Pete-
look into
Pete-
it. I'm a busy guy. You know, I get in the game, then I don't do my job. That's not good.
And that's where Percy
That's the
comes from,
problem.
because
It
I'll be
takes a lot
like,
of time.
I'm gonna tell you what, brother. I'll trade you these right here. I got some gator skins. I fresh off the gator. I mean, the gator is still dying right now. If you want me to take them to you, but I got these gator skins. I got the peacock feathers for you, and if you want, I got some saber tooths from a mountain lion I got the other day when I was in Amarillo. You tell me what, brother. I got it right now, and that's how my character would talk.
I did see a clip where you could like bring people to a lake, throw them in the lake, and the alligator eats them. That's crazy. That is nuts.
There's mountain lions. There's fucking it's an insane game, and
the
yeah, it's
graphics
good,
are
yo.
amazing.
It's
The
like
graphics-
it's GTA, but
That's what
in the-
somebody just said. It's like it's the
Rockstar.
country GTA.
It's,
Yes.
No, because it's the same. It's the same people. It's the same.
Yeah, Rockstar.
It's Rockstar.
but in the 1900s, or
they did
no,
it-
what
they
is this?
did
The
it really-
1800s.
they did it really well. Like it's very well done. The story is phenomenal. That's another thing. Like
Yeah.
Pete he would enjoy the storyboarding of it.
I
too.
can't wait
It's
for
not
Pete to
cheap.
play it.
It's not a cheap play. But the problem is that it's really time consuming, and that's where I think it loses Pete. Because Pete,
Yeah, it is.
I don't think he's gonna devote all that time.
No,
to
no
a
way.
game.
But speaking of Sabretooths, what do the Yankees look like in the future? So they got an off day tomorrow, and then they got a 3-game set against the mighty Titans.
No, if either that or Tampa Bay. Friday is Jazz jersey night.
Is it hockey jersey?
Tomorrow
the
is
Jazz basketball jersey.
Yep, tomorrow.
Are you going? Can you
No,
get me?
not tomorrow. Friday.
It's Friday. It's Friday.
Friday. Yep.
Am I going? No, I don't think I'll be. I don't think I wanted to go for the hockey one, but I couldn't. I had something to do. So it's the
So
same.
this is a nice. Is it a 3-game set or 4 again?
This
No, it's
is
3. It's 3.
3.
Yeah, this is 3, and then they play the Padres,
San
the
Diego.
Red Hot Padres.
Great deals on that game too with our code, folks. I
Yes,
looked it up
I was
today.
gonna say that.
Section like 217 and section 225. That's beautiful seats.
For
You
Cinco
get
de
it for like
Mayo?
Great view.
Bro, it's like $76.
76.
That's crazy.
It's really good.
That's really, really good. So
Really
use that code, guys. Don't let it go to waste.
Yeah, so it's a good series for the Yankees to bounce back. Honestly, I don't know if the Rays are gonna let us sweep them this time, but take 2 out of 3 because the Padres are no slouch.
They almost swept them in 4 games down in down at GMS. So I'm expecting a strong series from the Yankees here at home. And the weather's broken up here, so there's literally no excuses.
And then you got a West Coast trip, and then you got Toilet City.
That's right. Yankees and Mets first Subway Series of the year, and if
I'm
both
excited.
teams continue playing the way they've been playing, it should be good, man. It's gonna be a little bit of a little clash of the Titans there.
P, it's official. We're gonna call the game on Sunday.
Yes, May 18th will be live at game season live at Legacy.
Game season
Live.
Game season live at Legacy.
Live. And I hope there's gonna be our Mets friends come over there and hang out with us that day. Like I think you have to. You got no choice. But I did want to show this real quick to everybody. This is the link right here, right now. That's a great seat. Section 226 for $78
Against the Padres.
$78 against the Padres.
With
That's
the code?
game of that series with the code NYY 25. That's a really good price.
That's a really nice code.
And then everything else, like even if you want 223, only $93. Francis, that's right around the Delta. Suite. Yep, 217, $93 only. I mean, these are really, really good prices.
I'm gonna come.
Hey yo! I didn't say all that now. I didn't
But yeah,
say
man.
all that now. But yes, we are calling the game Sunday, May 18th. Legacy Bar and Grill. No cost to get in. Come hang out with us, man. It's gonna be another great night. I can't wait for it, man. It's gonna be amazing.
I'm gonna love you forever.
Oh, baby, I'm gonna love you
Forever and ever, amen.
I'm just gonna tell you this: you gonna find person listening to that right on this porch with no pants on, just a wife beater and some Coors Banquet beer. I'll tell you that much.
The banquet beer.
My question is, why even have the wife beater on for? Just take it off.
The mosquitoes, I don't like when the mosquitoes get to
So
space.
you can let him bite your Johnson.
They gonna bite my ball sack.
I mean, to be honest with you, the tank top don't cover much for the mosquitoes. I mean,
That's what I'm saying. What
you
are
wear a
doing?
tank top in DR, you still get.
I got natural.
First
mosquito
time
spray.
I slept under a net, horrified.
I got natural mosquito spray. I drink 2 gulps of banquet beer. I fart twice, and ain't no mosquito inside. I tell you that much.
I mean,
no
normally
mosquito inside.
They like that smell. That normally
They like the smell of shit. I doubt that, Francis. I don't know what mosquitoes you got in New York. Down here south, they don't like the smell of Percy shit. I'll tell you that much.
I mean, you got.
He takes a shit in the middle of his yard.
Bless him. Because I mean,
I take a shit in every corner of my mobile house. It's just a 100 by 100 mobile house.
Can you imagine just walking around somebody's mobile home and every corner there's a pile of shit, and it's human shit. So you're just like, yo, who is doing this? And it turns out it's the owner of the mobile home that's doing it.
Don't you touch my shit.
Gotta keep the mosquitoes away.
Literally.
You watch your step now. They're around them corners. I put a fresh one on the northwest corner.
It keeps the bobcats away. Keeps the bobcats away too. Tell you that much. But
let's look at those pitching matchups for the Rays, and let's try to.
We know we got to be better.
If Jason Dominguez sits or not.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
So
I thought I had probable pitchers, but I don't.
Game
you have
1
them?
on Friday. We have Maximus Fried
Woo!
versus Ryan Pepio, who is a right-hander, sporting a 4.24 ERA. His WHIP is a 1.38, almost a 1.4. That to me logically says that we should get the A lineup, right? Ben Rice, Dominguez, all of that, especially with the loss today, right? And the off day tomorrow.
Who's the toughest righty they have? No, they don't. Then Saturday is Zach.
Saturday is Zach Littell, who's another right-hander sporting a 5.03 ERA. And then Sunday, it rounds out with Taj Bradley and his 4.5 ERA, but we got Warren on the mound.
Yeah, the bum. I can't stomach Will Warren, man.
Yeah,
I can't stomach that dude, man.
Clark has to get it done Saturday, though, too, because, again, even though they're going against Zach Littell, Clark, Clark and the Tampa Bay lineup. So
yeah, it's never a fun match for him.
And Caminero and a couple. So it's again.
Does Fried go 6-0?
Oh, Fried's going 6-0 Friday.
Yeah, he's going 6-0 definitely. Fried's gonna dominate.
Friday.
Well, Bellinger hit a home run off Pepiot, so he's or Pepio, whatever the fuck his name is, because people keep saying he's not Pepiot, it's Pepio. I don't know what it is anymore.
Pepiot.
So
yeah, I like to call him Pepto-Bismol because whenever he pitches, the Rays fans get sick.
We're gonna probably see Bellinger. We're not gonna see Jason. He hit a home run off him last time, so I think the Yankees will give Bellinger.
Can we just send Will Warren to Mars? Can Will Warren fight a gorilla?
No, but he can give up 4 runs in 3 innings.
2 gorillas.
I mean, I think he could do it with chimps.
No doubt about it. Gorillas would fucking blast him.
I mean, I know a couple bodega cats that might give him some trouble.
No question. No doubt about it.
Let me be nicer to Will Warren.
No doubt about it.
I don't have nothing against Will
Let's
Warren.
be real.
Yes, you
Let's
do.
be real here, though.
No,
Let's
I
be real
don't.
here, though. This is a game. This is a matchup in Tampa Bay that if you're Will Warren, you got to show the team something here. You have to. Coming off this series loss against the O's in Baltimore, we're coming back home. Big series against division rivals. You can't go out there and have a stinker. Same thing with Clark. Like you can't. I trust Clark a little more, obviously.
No, he's gonna have a stinker, right?
But Will Warren, if you're Will Warren, you got to be looking at this like, yo, this is a game I need to show up and I need to do well.
I can't deal with the Will Warren, Michael King stuff anymore. I just can't tolerate it anymore.
Oh,
I can't do it.
Don't let it lie in here.
You know it's not going anywhere.
I can't hear it anymore. I can't listen to it anymore because again, I don't care what his stuff is. Metrics doesn't measure here or doesn't measure here. So I'm sorry. Don't compare this guy to Michael King. I'm tired of hearing about it. Let Will Warren be Will Warren. Can we please? If he ends up becoming a great pitcher, nice. That's amazing. But why do we got to compare him to Michael King for, oh, this stuff is similar? Okay, well, let's see him get similar results. I'm waiting.
My thing with the comps that gets me upset every time.
I hate comps.
The comps. No, I actually love comps. I hate that over the last 7 years, they've become like so outlandish and so unrealistic that you have more people who are kind of like Pete, that you just hate them. Because before, there used to be things that made a little bit more sense. You wouldn't have a Will Warren being compared to like a Michael King just right off the freaking rip. Like, he's just going to skip over guys like Clark Schmidt and something that just go right to Michael King level dominance. No, that's not realistic. But I'm sure there's realistic comps out there for him. Just like with Spencer Jones, right? No, he's lefty Aaron Judge. Probably not. But if somebody sat there and told you he was,
there's a lot of red in there.
I don't mean it to be disrespectful, but like not Pete Alonso this year. But if they said he was lefty Pete Alonso a year or 2 years ago, I respect that more.
I mean, the thing is that they're looking at Will Warren and Michael King.
It's Will Warren.
He's going back
Michael
and forth
King.
from Will. Oh my God.
Will Warren, Michael King.
Yeah, this is not.
Michael King wasn't Michael King, you can see why he was so dominating.
I think there's one common denominator, though. It's the walks. Again, he walked 2 guys, gave up the homer, and then he struck out the side.
Well, that's also the curse of having really good movement, and he does. He has really good movement. He just doesn't control it well. He doesn't know where it's going half of the time. When he's on, he's good, but you need to find a level of consistency in the major leagues, unless he won't be in the major leagues. That's the difference. And I'm giving him time. I'm giving him a hard time right now, but I just don't like the comps of a Cy Young candidate. Like, it's just annoying. Yeah. Like, it's like, why always the best of the best? Let me find one of the best sinker ballers out there and say, hey, he's Will Warren.
That's
because some of these RPMs line up. Ooh. Like, I hate that stuff. Like, let him be who he's gonna be.
Exactly. Just more,
because then you know what you do? Francis, what we talked about with Volpe, right? It's like you give fans this opinion. Now I'm comparing him to Michael King.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, why are you comparing him to Michael King for? Well, somebody said that he's basically the same type of pitcher. Oh, somebody? Okay. That makes sense. Yeah. And Derek Jeter plays shortstop every day now still.
That's the problem. That's the issue.
Can't do that.
That's the problem. That's where I was going. If you like, the reason that people get so mad with Volpe today is because they're going based off of unrealistic comps that were made way too prematurely, and now it's just like, hey, they told me he was going to be that, and now he's not that, and you think he's supposed to be. Same thing that's going to happen with Will Warren if this Michael King stuff doesn't stop sooner or later. People are going to be like, this guy's no Michael King. Like, why did they even say it? It's like, bro, first of all, he
didn't do it.
Nobody sane even really said that. But now you're going by this just because you heard it somewhere from some idiot on Twitter. Like, you can't go by stuff like that. It's not fair to the player. No. It's also not fair to the person that they're being comped to, because then a lot of times, the comments make it to that person. They ask that person, hey, what do you think about this? Like, I saw it with Jeter a bunch of times. Like, hey, what do you think about Anthony Volpe? It's like, why does he have to answer this about a player who's yet to do anything in the major league? So like that. It's not fair to either party. This is why we got to stop doing it. Let's have realistic comps, because there were realistic comps for Anthony Volpe, and we see it now. And if they would have made those if they would have made those 2 years ago, we wouldn't be half as mad.
Why would we be mad if we get a Dansby Swanson? If that's what was told by us,
Bro, I would be over the top excited. Anthony Volpe's a phenomenal defender.
Yeah.
If this kid could ever have a 740 OPS, if he could have a 330 to 350 on base percentage, he could bat around 250. I'm the happiest dude in the planet.
Absolutely.
If any Yankee fan's gonna sit there and be upset that that's who he became, well, that's on you. Because you believed what people said. If that becomes Anthony Volpe, I am the happiest dude to enjoy watching that guy play every single day. I'll be the happiest person watching Anthony Volpe play baseball every day if that's who he becomes. People expect way too much. Well, Jason Dominguez, he's off to it's 1 month. Where's Mickey Mantle at? Where's Mike Trout? What happened? You expect Spencer Jones to be Aaron Judge? I got a bridge to sell you if that's what you hope.
Yep. I mean, again, this just knowing
Aaron Judge is who's Aaron Judge?
Knowing how these things work, though, that's probably gonna be what it is. When and if Spencer Jones comes up, that's what it's gonna be. He's not gonna have very much rope. It's gonna be a bunch of people expecting he needs to hit a bunch of home runs right away. He better not be striking out 3 times a game, or else it's just gonna be like, hey, what's wrong? They told me this guy he was lefty Judge or whatever. It's like, yeah, well,
his new stance really shocked me.
Spencer Young?
Yeah, man, he's very crouched now. He's crouched. Why? You know what it reminds me of?
It's an open crouch.
It's an open crouch. It's not
and then
this extreme.
He steps.
Okay, it's an open crouch.
Yes. So remember Tony Batista back in the day?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
With the thing like that, he would go like this, and then he would step into it.
And then he would step into it.
Yeah, like it's not that dramatic, but he definitely has like the open stance a lot. Then he does the Judge lay kick up into his swing. Which, to be fair, it's nice to see he's working on stuff because it's been working recently. He's having a great year in AA. Strikeouts are up, but he's finally having a great year in AA.
No, and shout out to him. And listen, I think this puts him at a year closer because I don't know we're looking to next year. If he continues to go on this route, you might. I have no doubt that you might see him as a September call up because that doesn't affect his.
It's very possible.
His time, but also it's like. Bellinger, if for some reason maybe Goldschmidt doesn't want to come back, he wants to retire in a high note, and you can put Bellinger at first, and he'll be your center fielder. So, because I think Kyle Tucker signed an extension. What does
Bellinger have? Bellinger has a team option.
I think it's mutual.
I mean, I still think. I still think there's a
is it mutual?
I still think.
Option. No, I think it's just a player
option. Actually, yeah. I think it is a player option.
It's a true player option.
Yep.
Depending on the season, will tell you everything. Because if he doesn't believe he can get that money out, then,
Eric, I know you like to do this as a Mets fan. Nobody, he says, I think people are seeing what Acuna is doing with the Mets, and they want Volpe to do. Nobody, why are you bringing up the Mets?
No,
Nobody's
see,
this is the second time you do it.
What's Mr. Fantastic name? The stretch guy.
The Mets here.
What's the stretch guy's name?
Why do you keep coming to Big Brother to talk about your club? Just go play ball. I have never heard somebody compare Volpe to Acuna.
Yeah, that's kind of weird. Like, I was gonna say, like, I'm not mad at. I wouldn't be mad at him saying that if that's something that I heard out there.
But I'm not.
Yeah, but he does this. He did this the other day too. He just has to bring the Mets up.
Ever.
Nobody.
I think he just wants to talk about the Mets
here. Nobody cares about. There's no other Mets channels. Go find the Met channel and go talk about the Mets.
Well, kicking in with Keith, bro.
That's what I'm saying. Go to Keith. I'd be happy to have you.
There's plenty of them, but they all suck except for Shea and Sons. I'm sorry. Oh, Shea and Sons and Subway to Shea. I like those.
Subway to Shea is pretty good.
Everybody else.
Nah, we're not talking. Listen, we have our funny jabs because that's just what we do, and we have friends that are Mets fans, but we don't talk about a lot about the Mets here, bro. Like, let's stop it with that stuff.
No, but if it but
if
that was a real comparison. If that was the real comparison that I saw out there, I'd entertain it and talk about it. Like at the beginning of the season when people were they were comparing Soto and Judge or whatever. I was like, we had that conversation because people were having the conversation. Or you remember years ago, Pete, remember we had to deal with the Conforto and Judge shit?
That was great.
That was years ago.
Oh my God.
People telling us that Pete Alonso and Judge.
There was a moment I heard
Kepler,
there was a moment that a Met fan told me. When I hear slugger, I don't hear Aaron Judge. The best slugger in New York is Pete Alonso. I was like,
I remember the conversation that he's the best and all that stuff, and it ain't even close. B.A. Hagan says, No, I would be surprised about that, but Fernando Tatis would be my number one pick to play for the Yankees if he was ever dealt. Like he would be the ultimate Yankee, in my opinion.
I would give anybody in the farm system for that guy.
No question about it. No question about it. I do have a prediction. I've said this for years now.
Wouldn't even think about
We're gonna get him when he's 35.
No. Because we were talking about Bellinger has
He's
the player
available.
option and all that. What's going to happen there? I really hope the Yankees don't move Jason Dominguez and they don't trade him when Spencer Jones is ready. It's a prediction. Carlos would tell you, he's like, Pete, no, don't say that. I said, I like about 2 years ago.
I talked about
That's been a
this.
prediction of mine for a very, very long time now.
To piggyback what you're saying, I said that it's kind of clear that they, again, and this is the Yankees choosing a prospect over another. We're not sitting here sometimes. We're not saying it's all about race or all about independent, about international signings or whatever. They pick because they loved Gary Sanchez. Gary Sanchez had all the lanes in the world. This is why it drew Girardi nuts, because Girardi hated him, and the Yankees said, "No, we're staying with him." Bye. That was one of the reasons he got fired. But when I'm saying
that he hated him though,
he disliked his lack of progress on the defensive side. But sometimes it's like, I don't know, man. We could talk about the Gary Sanchez another day. But to piggyback on what Pete is saying, and it's that I said this already. Spencer, if he continues, because it also has to do with Spencer though, because it's gonna be rough to sell this to the fan base if Spencer's not producing. No, if Spencer's not producing.
I still don't think it would be, to be honest.
If he's striking out at a 40% clip like he normally is.
If the Yankees came out and said we got a good deal, the fan base would be all for it. If Dominguez, a lot of this fan base would be okay with Dominguez being traded.
So mine's is slightly different. What I'm saying is, don't be surprised if there is. I'm not talking about a trade. What I'm saying is that if Spencer continues to hit the way he's hitting, he's gonna come up here. And the Yankees and you might see Jason go back down, and Spencer, and they're gonna choose, and they're gonna say Spencer Jones won this because of the defensive ceiling or the defense that he can put up right now. That's what we're looking for at the moment.
He's still only hitting 232 in AA, which is not obviously great, but a 370 on base percentage and a 931 OPS. This is the best Spencer Jones that we have seen so far. He has in
too, right?
82 at bats, 35 Ks. So
and the
still in 85 at bats. So it's still up there. But I'll be honest, if he struck out 27% of the time, 28% of the time with his talent,
well, that's what we want.
You would take. Yeah, you would take that. You would want that 29%. You just want the 34s, the 35s, the 40s. That's what you don't want. And he's still a big work. You know why he's a work in progress, folks? He's still finding what's best for him. He's nowhere near. I would say we haven't even seen the final Spencer Jones anywhere near it yet. Maybe this new stance will work for him, but he's made over the last couple of months of baseball, he's made about 3 stance changes in that time, dating back to the last month of last year, beginning of this year, and now. That's 3 changes to your stance in a short period of time.
A lot of tinkering going on. But what I will say is
Tinker, Tailor, Soldier, Spy.
outside of the setup with this stance, I think everything else finally looks comfortable.
Anyway.
Because I remember in spring when we saw him, I was just like, he just doesn't look comfortable. Like I don't see it. And he still hit home runs and everything, but comfortable. Now the setup of it, the wide open and the crouch or whatever, still doesn't look comfortable to me. But once
not at all.
The swing gets started, once he steps into it and the actual swing, that looks more comfortable. So I think I think he's 1 or 2, little tweaks away from finding like, okay, this is me. This is what
and just to say this to people also, it's like Jason is hitting 321 with a 387 on base, a 500 slug, and an 887 OPS against lefties. He is not having a bad year or an okay year. The issue is he's struggling with the right-handed hitting. If they went out today and said we want him to get more reps because we want him to get better because we believe he's better, he is a better than what he's shown right-handed hitter, then we can say that. But they have not. Why can't we hear the defense on Dominguez? I didn't hear the pressure today, so I don't know. But it's like they're not asking him those questions either. So it's like it's just frustrating to try to sell this narrative like the kid is bad. He's not bad, bro. And I said this already. I've been felt like Spencer Jones is the favorite out of the two, and I don't understand it. I just don't get it. Just play the guy who's better. Let Spencer come when he's ready, whatever the case may be. Why do we have to push these little intricates? I don't know who it is in there who's going back and forth, because I know there's people on Dominguez's side in the analytics department, and I know there's people on Spencer Jones' side. I don't know who has the bigger voice, and it's pretty obvious that it's one side here. We already know that George Lombard is getting love. I don't know. Does the Yankees always cover single A games?
No, what they're doing with Lombard is wild. I think it's almost more so than with Anthony Volpe, to be honest. George Lombard's getting like, and look, again, this,
and we love George Lombard.
Yeah. People hear stuff like this, like, oh my God, I can't believe. No. We're just saying that they should highlight a lot of players then, if that's the case, in my opinion. Again, somebody that, you know, has Yorbit Vivas' name even been brought up by anybody with Jazz potentially being hurt? Has any reporter said anything? The guy's been up multiple times. You got to reward. These guys should be rewarded for the way they play. And Vivas is a guy that should be rewarded. But they do have favorites. And I think every organization probably has certain guys like we really believe in this kid.
I don't think the O's do. The O's just call up everybody.
No, I understand. I'm just saying, well, they almost, in many ways, they almost have to, too. The Yankees don't necessarily have to do that. But my thing is with that is they probably do right now.
Right now we do.
My thing with that is that I just would like to see it across the board a little more. I think Jason Dominguez is very marketable. I don't know how Jason Dominguez doesn't come across as extremely
Agustin
marketable.
too.
Auguste was extremely marketable. It's one of the main reasons why I kept saying Soto was an easy buy. And you could make the argument to people that was saying, well, why didn't they just give him $50 million more? You can make an argument that they would have made all that back anyway. I mean,
you know how many people
we weren't gonna get him though.
You know,
no. I'm not even talking about like, getting them or not.
But
I'm just saying,
I've argued with
you
people
could justify
online.
that.
They think that there was a number. People don't want to say it's about the money, but Soto was going to go to the highest bidder, and at the end of the day, Cohen was going to continue because Cohen wanted Soto because he understands how important Soto is to the future of his franchise.
And he's smart. He's smart about that because he is.
Because he is. And then that's what I'm saying. It doesn't matter. You guys have to understand, this guy is worth twice and then some more than what the Yankees are worth entirely. Yeah. So it's not even close. People don't understand the difference in money. This is why they didn't want him in the major leagues, because he doesn't care. If he really wants a guy, he doesn't care of resetting the market, which he did.
Yeah.
So it's like if Soto wouldn't have gotten 700, I'm sorry, Vladdy doesn't get 500. So
definitely,
it's a fact.
So that's what I'm saying. So understandably, people need to just get this done. It's done. I don't want to hear that we could have got him anymore. No, I'm not saying you're saying that. I'm just saying to the fan base.
I'm just saying in general, the marketability of players. A guy like Soto, you got to think about that when you're signing him, when you're offering him that much money. That's probably, they thought about that. They obviously did. Hal Steinberg's not going to come out there and drop $700 million and be like, is he the right guy? They felt he was the best guy to do that with. That's why they did it.
I'm going to say this, and yes, it's a close circle about like kids that play with my son and guys that I talk to and here and there about they're Yankee fans. It doesn't matter if you're from Jersey. If you're not producing on the field, guys are not going to love you the way. Like, Volpe's super marketable. Volpe's a great kid, and I think he's going to be better than what he is offensively. I still have hope that he could be he can trend 750 in the future because he does have the skills. I just think at some point it has to click where he's consistent. Volpe's is his consistency that's killing him on the offensive side. We all know that he's an elite shortstop. He's a great defender. I'm not going to take that away from him, and I truly want him to be better. The notion that we pick on Volpe is not that. What we're saying is, again, when the organization picked them and they saw, the kid from Jersey, at the end of the day, you have to produce on the field. That's how you sell Yankee jerseys. Okay? It does not have to do with where the Mike Tauchman went to Rutgers. I mean, it doesn't, like, at the end of the day, you have to play baseball and win. That's what sells jerseys. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's stop it with this who we pick in the market. What are we doing? Let's win baseball games. That'll settle itself out. How many people are happy that Ben Rice is wearing 22? They didn't throw out and they're going to still continue to buy 22 jerseys now if Ben Rice stays here for the long time. So that's what I'm saying. If you have players that produce and are on the field and they're not force fed Like that's what I'm saying.
That's the problem right there.
That's
Is that it's pushed in your face, and like
correct.
even when Anthony Volpe may be hitting 130 something, like over his last 10 games, he's batting sixth.
Correct.
And it's like,
there's no adjustments.
Why are we doing that for? Like, everybody knows the guy's not a middle of the order bat. When Anthony Volpe's at his best, he's not a middle of the order bat that we've seen so far. He's still not a middle of the order bat. So why are you necessarily doing that? Like, there's no evidence behind that to say this is a middle of the order guy. Look at the career numbers. They're right there. It's over 1,400 at bats. And if anybody sits there and goes, oh, that's because you don't like him. No, that's the fucking stats. Yeah. That has nothing to do with me. I love Volpe. That's the numbers.
It's not a question on, at this point with Volpe, it's not a question on whether you like him or not. Then there's sufficient numbers there for you to make an assessment on who the player's been going in year 3 at this point. I think to the point with marketing, like I'm with you know what you guys are saying. I do think that you do it, like there is pushback a little bit to what Kevin's saying, like just win games, the Yankees are always going to push back and say at the end that's true, but it is a business, and we know more than we like to admit it. That's how Steinbrenner sees it. Hal Steinbrenner is not his father. No, he's not. If it was George saw it just like Kev just said it.
To win,
bro, win games. That's the marketing.
You don't care who's on the field.
Win rings, win trophies, have parades. That's our marketing. All the other stuff, forget that. They can do that with their agents on the side. Their agents can call Nike. Their agents can call Adidas. Their agents can do all of that. What we market here is winning, legacy.
Unless George was in the commercial.
Exactly, right? And then there's a different story. But I think now with Hal, everything, and I know it's not just him. Obviously, he has his team of advisors, and you have the Yankees Global Enterprise. It's a whole different thing. And now I think what they're more about is like, it's a business though. And our bottom line needs to continue to grow. We need to continue to turn the biggest profits in the entire league. And I think the way that they do that is, well, listen, the playoffs are a crapshoot. That's what Cashman is telling us, right? You can't guarantee a World Series winner. It's not like before. So then what can we guarantee a win of? Marketing. We can guarantee a win in sales, ticket sales, jersey sales, stuff. So then what does that lead them to do? What leads them to roll out the red carpet for guys like Volpe, the Jersey kid? Let's market him. Let's do that. Like, Judges Chambers, all that stuff. Listen, when it happened, we were one of the few outlets out there that was saying, look, Judges Chambers is dope. It's beautiful, nice. It's kind of premature, though. I remember we were one of the first and only people saying that. Like, would George have done that soon? Like, I don't know. Like Christian said it in a short a couple days ago. He says, it's not that I hate Aaron Boone or whatever, but I mean, it's one of the few managers that got 2 extensions as a Yankee manager without winning anything. Well, the players like him, and the players are what they're marketing. The players are what they're basing their bottom line off of. I think where the Yankees could do with some change, and you kind of saw it in the offseason with the beard policy and all that stuff, is maybe change the approach, though. I think they're trying to like modernize little by little with baby steps, but it's like they're holding on to an old approach in terms of marketing, at least in my opinion, because the players that you're choosing to market still seems like the Yankees of old, and it's a different game in 2025. Look around. The faces of baseball, they don't look like Anthony Volpe, Fernando Tatis, Shohei Ohtani. Like, those are the faces of baseball. Juan Soto, Francisco Lindor, Ellie De La Cruz. Like, these are the faces of baseball. These people put butts in seats. They sell jerseys. They sell out promo nights. These are the people that people want to see. Junior Caminero was a name not a lot of people knew unless you were a Rays fan or like us, who's crazy aficionados of baseball. What he did in Lidón with that home run, that went viral internationally. That is big. What have the Rays done? Well, they're trying to make him that guy. Lord knows they need it after what happened with the last guy, right? That's where marketing is going. That's where it's going. So maybe it's not saying, oh, you shelf somebody like an Anthony Volpe. No, but
he's not good enough.
Maybe you take a look at a guy like Jason Dominguez and say, look at this kid. Already came with the cool nickname baked into who he is. Switch hitter, tons of talent there. I don't know. Let's run a campaign for him. Let's see what happens. I don't know. Like, Marucci did the thing with him hitting the avocado. I thought it was a little cliche and corny, but hey, fine. It was something though. It was something and got the wheels turning or whatever. Like, just maybe have a different approach to marketing in 2025. Have a different approach to who you lock in on and say, this is the guy. Because if they go from Volpe to George Lombard. I'm sorry, bro. It's more of the same. You went from Judge to Volpe to George Lombard Jr. It's the same thing. Rinse and repeat. Like the same exact guy.
My problem with that stuff is Volpe could be marketable, but at this point now, he's not good enough.
I'm not saying
that's the problem.
I'm not saying that Volpe's not marketable at all. I'm just saying, like, bro, like expand your horizons. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
it's about guys that you're coming to the ballpark to see. That's always my thing. Exactly. Aaron Judge is that. Yes. Paul Skeens is that. Bryce Harper is that. When Bryce Harper's going good,
Caminero.
Yeah, I mean these are guys that you want to see.
Yes.
Everybody, the majority of people, if the Yankees were to sit out there and go, we're gonna test this and see, what do you think the percentage is that fans show up to Yankee Stadium, they go, who you want to see today? How high of a number you think Aaron Judge gets?
Every day.
I mean, what would you say that percentage is?
Over 100%.
It's got to be in the 90s.
90s.
It's got to be in the 90s.
90s.
I think 100%.
I don't think there's many. I mean, I don't think there's many people. Look, I love many guys on this team. I don't think there's many people saying, "Hey, I want to see Luke Weaver come out the bullpen today." That's what I'm here for. I want to see Anthony Volpe make a good play at shortstop. It's Aaron Judge. I want to see one of the greatest players ever play this game. That's why I brought my kids here for the first time. I want to make sure they see him a couple of times. It's Aaron Judge. He is the marketable guy, no doubt about it, on this team.
How many people loved Soto when he was here?
Oh man, it was we got to witness that many
times. Look, I'm gonna say this guy too. When Gary Sanchez, his September call up, we everybody thought we had the next Babe Ruth. Everybody when Gary is to an extent a fan favorite. There's a big divide. There's 50-50. People love Gary, people hate him. But
you want me to give you a great point? Look at Dominguez now to when Dominguez had the Astro series.
Yeah.
No, look at the difference of the fan base. Look at the difference of the fan base in regards to him.
And it's the same player. It's the same player, Pete.
Everybody, what were we saying? The year sucked, remember? Yep. But at least we get to see Dominguez every day. Let's fucking go. I'm hype again. Exactly. We're not going nowhere this year, but I get to see Jason.
Yep.
And Austin Wells comes up too cool. But Jason, I want to see Jason. Now what is it? Oh, send him back to the tree. You got to go to AAA. He sucks. This guy's terrible. The Yankees said he can't. Michael Kay said he can't catch a fly. He sucks.
But you know what, too, Pete? You know what?
All of a sudden, what happened?
You know what? I gotta go ahead and say this. I think if Jason was still having even a better offensive year, they would still sit him.
100%.
They have their minds made up.
Yeah, it's not about the. I agree with Kevin.
It's not about the numbers. I agree with you 100% on that.
It's not about the numbers because we just said it. Look at the numbers. Look at his numbers against righties, and they sat him against a BP pitcher yesterday. So
and when he plays, he bats eighth.
Exactly. It's not about the
Where
numbers.
was this love for Trent Grisham last year? He had the same lefty splits. He obviously wasn't the player he was this year, but he still had the lefty splits, and we never sat Verdugo.
How do we know though? How do we know that he wasn't the player that he was this year? He
never played.
He didn't get the consistency that he got in this year.
And again, where I'm telling you, it's not where it sounds like, because unfortunately now sometimes there's a lot of Hispanic prospects compared to Americans or international compared to domestic. But at the end of the day, it's still choosing one dead. You're dead set on choosing one player over the other. They did it with Trent Grisham and Verdugo. They do it with DJ LeMahieu no matter who the fuck is on the team. So it's like, that's what I'm saying. So and Minaya said it. Well, he's making $15 million. So I mean, we're about.
At least he's honest.
And I love Minaya for it, because at the end of the day, we know that and we expect it, but we don't want to see that as a fan. I don't want to go over there and see DJ LeMahieu go for 4.
Agreed.
And it's just frustrating. It really is, because we're not going to move on from the Yankees of getting guys past their prime and still playing these veteran guys who don't produce.
I've been talking about this. This has been a conversation for so long now where
I'd rather see a young guy who's not going to produce, Pete. I'm sorry.
The Yankees have done a good job in their system since 2019 of developing better players. Anybody who sits there and goes, no, that's not true. They have done a good job. You got to give credit where credit's due. Problem is, they got to do that job at the major league level. They did it right with Anthony Volpe. That's
how you call up a prospect.
Agreed. We want your development to be at this level. That's what we want to see. My only issue, people go, yeah, but other players. I'm thinking about the guy that has the legitimate future with this club for years going forward. That's all I'm thinking about when I talk about Dominguez, is he has all that potential. What happened to all of that? They forgot? It's disappeared? Give him every opportunity he deserves. The other day, again, that was a golden opportunity. If you guys are saying we want him to work on his defense, well, you are up by 13 runs. Put him in the game. Say, hey, Jason, let's get you in left field today, the remainder of the game. Why wasn't that the case? You're saying that this is why you're doing it. It doesn't add up. It doesn't make sense.
I'm gonna give you a fun fact about Anthony Volpe, because at the end of the day, numbers don't care about your feelings. Where do you think that Anthony Volpe is his best in the lineup? Where do you think he has his best numbers?
8th.
Any other guys?
7th.
You guys can decide. I'm gonna read you what it is. Batting 7th, he's hitting 244 with a 306 on base, a 441 slug, a 748 OPS. Batting 8th, he's hitting 257 with a 311 on base, with a 421 slug. He has 8 home runs batting 7th and 6 home runs batting 8th. You know how much? You know what he's doing batting 5th? With by the way, 130 plate appearances. So it's not a small.
206, 204, 197.
174 with a 269 on base, a 391 slug, and a 661 OPS. It is his. I mean, OPS wise, it's worse than batting 6th. He is not a middle of the order bat.
I guess the Yankees don't look at the numbers. Then I guess we're wrong.
And
I looked at this.
I guess we're wrong. They don't look at the numbers. Then I guess.
Can somebody tell me what makes
They have
sense
different
of
numbers.
putting him in the? I don't care about the ex-WOBA. I mean, I'm looking at what he has in the sample size that you're giving me, and I know, and I hope that they run him out another 100 at bats, because so then there could be 200 plate appearances for all those numbers, because he's not what he would have to go, like he would have to hit 34 for the next 100 for him to catch up to what he is at that 7th or 8th spot. Put the kid where he's comfortable at. Why do we continue to do this shit, bro? I don't understand. I just, it drives me nuts. It drives me insane. It really frustrates me, because it's like we continue, and it's not his fault. I want to love Anthony Volpe, but you're forcing me to get upset at the kid, because you keep putting him in positions to fail. He's not comfortable batting 5th.
But they're winning, bro.
This was the point. This was the point that I made.
We didn't win today.
Last week or whatever.
When I said we didn't win the first game.
That was the point that I was trying to make, though. I'm not mad when it comes to this. These are the things that I'm not mad at Volpe about, though. And people say, "Oh my God, they blame the team for everything." No, bro. Volpe doesn't show up to the park and say, "Hey, I'm batting 5th today." Like, I'm sorry, I don't believe that that's occurring. I just don't. I think Volpe showed up to the park and sees where they have him batting. So no, I don't blame him for where he is slotted into the lineup. I blame the team for that. I'm sorry if that makes people upset, but it is what it is. I don't care. That is a fact. And that's one of the things that I'm never going to blame that kid for, because that is not his fault. I believe, and I said it last week, I believe he's a bottom of the order guy. 7 or 8 hitter. I tend to like him 7th only because it gives me 2 more options before the lineup turns over. But you just read the numbers, 7 or 8. I mean, he's successful in both spots. Where he's not successful, though, is the middle of the order. Why do they keep putting him there? My only response to that could be that they think that they can will him into the player that they want him to be. They still see that potential that they sold us on going on 3 years ago, and they're trying to see it happen. Is it going to happen? Time will tell. If you asked me, like, you know what I'm saying, gun to my head right now, do you think that's going to happen? No, I don't. And I don't think that's a knock on Volpe. And I don't care who that upsets. I think it's a knock on the organization, actually.
Yep.
I just want to, I mean,
I'm
going to read you names batting 5th. This is today. Batting 5th, first, the Cardinals, Wilson Contreras. Batting 5th for the Detroit Tigers, Cole Keith. Go look at his numbers, by the way. Batting 5th for the Braves, Ozzie Albies. Batting 5th for the Marlins, Cal Stowers. Look at that kid's numbers. Yep. Batting 5th for the Angels, Logan O'Hoppe. Go look at his numbers. Yep. Batting 5th for the Giants, Matt Chapman. Batting, you want me to keep going? Batting 5th for the Guardians, Carlos Santana. Batting 5th for, like, I could go down the line, and then it's like you see boppers, Josh Bell, Carson Kelly. Will Burberry, Josh Naylor, Sal Frelick. We have Anthony Volpe with a batting fifth in our lineup. Why?
That's today though, because a lot. I think
a lot.
If I had to guess,
I think he hit batted fifth yesterday. No.
No, I think the majority of the time, to be fair, it's either 6 or 7.
I think 6. I think
it's predominantly 6, but he has done 7 a couple of times.
He has. They put him 7th right after we shot.
So it's mainly 6. Jazz has been in the 5th spot.
7th. Yeah, Jazz is mainly in the 5th
I think
spot,
when they face a lefty, they put Volpe in the 5th spot. That's what it is. I think
that's the thing. If I had to guess right on top, I don't have it in front of me, but I think if I had to guess what number he has batted in more than any other, I would say 6th this season. And people might say, well, it's not that big a difference from 6th to 7th or 8th. I tend to disagree.
He's hitting 221 with a 278 on base with a 610 OPS batting 6th. How is that productive? He's literally another stretch. If he goes like 2 for 20, he's gonna be under a 600 OPS batting 6th.
So here's
how does that make sense?
So here's what the pushback could be from other people. Well, they would say, okay, but then you take him out of 5th, you put him in the bottom. Okay, great. But then what do? You have
I don't care. Put Jason there.
Super heavy 1 through 5, and then dies 6 through 9.
But he's better when he's there.
No, but he's
better.
That's what we're saying. That's what we're saying. I'm playing devil's advocate here. I'm saying this is probably what we get pushback on, is that people say, well, if you shape the lineup the way you guys want to shape the lineup, you lose some of the balance. It's not spread out throughout the lineup. It's pretty much 1 through 6, and then you get a breath, 7, 8, 9, or 6, 7, 8, 9, depending on who's on the mound, which is tough to argue right now, other than the fact that if you pull up the numbers, though, Volpe profiles to be better batting down there. And he shouldn't be the only person down there that is a threat, because obviously if
Jason won't be down there.
If they keep like we're saying, we want to move Jason up. Well, if you move Jason up, then that means that Wells is probably down there with him. Wells is no stop. Wells is no stop.
No, I rather see, because Wells still has plate discipline. I'm sorry, there's too many times I think Anthony Volpe go up there.
Stupid ass at bat today, swinging at the first pitch.
Yeah, that was dumb.
He does, but I think with Wells, if we're talking, we were talking about the ideal lineup like an hour ago. We didn't have Wells 1 through 5.
No, I think, but you said you guys wanted Jason, Ben Rice, Jason Judge, Goldie.
No, Jason Rice, Judge,
Jason
Goldie. Jason Rice, Judge, Goldie, and then 5th.
I said I'd rather see, like, if you're gonna I'd rather see Trent Grisham there then.
If he's
why not?
But then you're gonna have Bellinger's not playing.
It's likely Bellinger, to be honest.
Well, Belly 5th.
That's where they'll put him. That's what I'm saying. So Belly would be 5th.
And see, I'd go a little different. I would still, and look, I'm not saying it's wrong, because if you want to look at the whole thing, and if your pushback is then, what about the rest of the lineup in balance? Well, then I'm okay with extending that out and put somebody else 4th and have Goldie protect them. Put one of those lefties 4th, whoever you think is the best one. Put him there.
They probably put in that case
Belly 4, and then put Goldie 5. And look, and it's easy to swap lefties in the lineup. If Wells is starting to power up, then you go, okay, you're batting 4th, and you're gonna and Belly's gonna swap with him. It's that simple. It's just that the Yankees don't do that. I just want them to start a game and have the best lineup possible. And here's the thing too: the majority of the time they are playing these games.
You know what?
They have a great top of the order.
You know what Belly's numbers are batting 5th?
That's true. The top of the orders have been pretty solid.
It's been very good the majority of the time. They got the most leadoff home runs in baseball. I think it's 5 or something like that. I mean,
can I tell you what?
The problem is the middle
first inning numbers.
The middle of the order is what's killing them half of the time when they're losing games.
Can I tell you what Belly's hitting 5th numbers are career-wise?
Oh, I can't imagine.
He's hitting 301 with a 386 on base, a 621 slug, a 1.07 OPS. That is his best spot to hit up in any lineup besides batting 4th, which he has more home runs, but he has way more at-bats there. But batting 5th by far is his best numbers OPS-wise. So, again, let's just try and like, why do we gotta try to reinvent the wheel? Like, oh, we're the Yankees, we gotta be smarter than No. No. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Ben Rice was fucking raking batting leadoff. Why are we trying to? And Trent Grisham was on a tear wherever he was in the lineup. So why are we trying to push him to be the leadoff? Or you want to strengthen? Leave Trent. Like again, they're trying to reinvent the wheel, trying to be the New York Yankees. We're the cool. Like we got. Can we just put guys where they're? Can we just try and can we just do it for a fucking week? Can we? I'm really frustrated, Pete, because this is driving me nuts. Because the numbers are right here. What are you? What am I not seeing? Can somebody comment when you guys see this video? What am I not seeing then? What are the ex-WOBA, the fucking fancy numbers that you guys love to pull? What is it that we can't just put guys in the best spots that they have been in their career?
To their defense.
Oh hell no!
If you're going to be grasping at straws, I know we lost Kev. If you're gonna be grasping at straws, if you're gonna be Mr. Fantastic reaching, if you're gonna be trying stuff and doing whatever,
Mr. Fantastic stretches Johnson.
April's the month to do it.
Thank you.
This is the time. It's like extended spring.
April's the month.
Moon manages like it's extended spring.
He does, and I think the
especially
Yankees,
early in April.
Honestly speaking,
he didn't do it last year.
Yankees view it. I think I think last year was different.
We were top heavy last year. We were super top heavy last year.
Again, let's be honest.
We were super top heavy.
We couldn't do it last year. We couldn't do it last year.
Hey, top heavy. That's sign me up.
Feel my force.
But I think, look, as much as I'm with you guys, I say it all the time. I hate the carousel of different lineups and stuff like that. But it was April.
I love a carousel.
It was April, so it's like okay, cool. Even May, like again, if I'm saying it, like I'm not saying like it's gonna stop just because the calendar turns to May. I think it's going to continue. Now, I think if by June we're still not seeing like some consistency with what we got here, then June, but. Yeah, I'd say by June because I really think that's how this organization looks at, beginning of March and April. Like it's really just extended spring. You still don't really know what you have and who you have. Now going into May, okay, now you have an idea. You don't know, but you have an idea. Okay, this is what we have. Like going into May, we know what they're expecting from Paul Goldschmidt. You know what kind of judge you have this season. You know what you've gotten, from Ben Rice this year. Like you kind of know that going into May. Now this can be solidified throughout this month. And by the time June rolls around, I think you can start to see some more consistency. You might even get the same lineup a couple times in a row.
I doubt
but
it. I love your optimism this year, but I doubt it, bro. When he starts playing with these punt lineups and this shit, remember the year, was it 2023 or 2022 that every Sunday he would punt a lineup like it was fantasy football?
Yeah, that's crazy.
It was wild. Every fucking Sunday.
That's like when the punt lineups came out. Like when everybody's like another punt lineup. This is crazy.
It's wild. Like clockwork. Every fucking Sunday. Like we got to punt a lineup.
But again, that's I hate
or today. I felt like today. Oh, we got
are.
Cookie. I don't give a shit.
It's who they. We're
gonna lose today anyway. That's how I felt today.
That's what happens when you declare you're a just get in organization.
Exactly, and
then you see what happens.
Pete, when you look, but this is who the organization is, though. Like they've told us.
That's what I'm
this
saying.
Is not even a lot. This is not even something that they veiled. They have told us they believe that the playoffs are a crapshoot. They believe that you just need to get in. You just need a ticket to the dance. How you get there, when you get there, what time you show up, what your date looks like, what you're wearing, none of that matters. If you got a ticket to the dance, that's what matters.
It's gonna bite them in the ass one day because one day they're not gonna beat them.
One day it's been biting them in the ass for years already.
No, I mean staying out of the playoffs. One day, one of these years is fucking Boston and Toronto are gonna get hot at the same time, and the Yankees are gonna be flip flopping 50, 500 games.
I mean,
and then they're gonna get leveled up.
2023 is not even 2 years ago.
Yeah, but that's because we lost Judge though. That's because we lost Judge though.
Yeah, but I mean,
we gained Soto and went to the World Series.
Even that though, we always look back and say, oh, we lost Judge, but it's like, okay, so the New York Yankees people are okay with the New York Yankees being built off of one player?
No, it's just been like that.
I mean, so what about when the Braves lost Acuna? What did they do?
They won the World Series.
I just remembered
what about the year after Bryce Harper left the Phillies? What did they do?
But they had the generational guy.
Aaron Judge is amazing. Washington.
Yeah.
What did they? But I'm saying, I get it. Aaron Judge is amazing. He's generational. He's once in a lifetime.
I don't want this energy from you, Francis, when you don't you want Cody Bellinger batting fucking whatever they have. I mean, not batting fifth when his numbers say that he's the best fifth. I want that, Francis, for that argument.
I didn't say I like.
Oh, he
like,
wants that,
We
Francis.
doing Boonanomics here over here. Like,
No,
like
it's
what
not,
are we doing?
This is not even Boone.
Not
though.
you. I'm
This
just saying.
part that I'm talking about is not even Boone. This is organizational. This is analytics mixed with our general manager. Mixed,
I just,
like this is
Mixed with arse licking.
I just think when you
this is what they believe.
Arse licking.
I just think when you look at everything though, Judge is so good that he can carry bad teams at times.
He's done it every year.
And it's a smokescreen, and it gets exposed in October because he doesn't hit.
Yeah.
So again, like I love Goldie, I love Bellinger, I love these guys, but if Aaron Judge goes cold,
Bellinger.
like okay, I mean I love that he wanted to be here. I'm gonna give him another month. I'm gonna give him another month.
Who won? Nobody wanted him.
I didn't want him because I told you guys.
I'm not trying to be a dick. I like Cody, but nobody else wanted him. Where was the teams lining up?
I said when he's bad, he could be really bad. What I'm saying is though, that see, I lost my train of thought. What was I talking? I'm losing my train of thought all night. What was I talking about right before this? It was something good. Fuck. We got a super chat from Steven Pena. This is my first official month of the season with NYYU. I love it. Thank you guys. You guys all pro. One love, Yankees.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate it.
Can we get a little
Cecilia?
Can we get a little music for Steven Pena?
Yeah, Cecilia said the same thing. She said, "I'm with you, Steve. I love NYU. We don't have anything like them in LA, so I appreciate that."
Being a friend.
Gabagoo.
God, let's play a little.
Well, we were
Francis.
talking
Hold on a second. Wait. Arse licking.
What we were saying was that Judge carries the teams in the smokescreen or whatever, and it gets exposed in October. But I'm saying I love. But what I was gonna say is I love a lot like what Goldie's doing. But like I'm
Goldie's
hoping
awesome, man.
I'm hoping Bellinger turns it around. But I'm telling you this right now: if Aaron Judge got off to the start that we were last year, this club will be under 500.
Oh my God, forget about it. Forget about it. I got 31 RBIs, I think, this year so far. The first month.
Easily.
31 ribbies. He's carrying many of these days when his team was winning games. It's Aaron Judge. You know, I would love to know what he decided in the offseason. That would be you talk about an interesting documentary. How did Judge handle this offseason and what he did.
Oh, what he did.
He's a different hitter. He's even a different hitter. He's evolved from what he was last year, which is insane to say.
Insane.
Yeah.
The guy's like, if I get a pitch outside, I'm just gonna hit a base hit. No, but you're not getting me out this year. I'm just not gonna get out. And maybe that has to do with the postseason.
Again, if
maybe he recognizes, it's a different approach. I gotta change my game.
You imagine that shit? You know, I think that's what it is. I think Soto's looking at it. This motherfucker had another level to.
Yeah,
but I think it's
this motherfucker had
Soto's
another level.
He's constantly said Aaron Judge is the best player in baseball.
Yeah, and I think when you look at a guy like Aaron Judge, the greatness of Aaron Judge, for those guys to unlock new levels and new heights, they need to face adversity. Like it's not through success.
No doubt.
It's not after hitting 62
failures.
It's gonna make you do. No, it's the fifth inning of last year's World Series. Yeah, that'll do it. That'll have you go into an offseason saying, I don't care how good I've been. I don't care what they're saying about me, what Hall of Fame track I don't care about any of that right now. I need to find another level because it's still not good enough. And I think if you look at this approach through April, I mean, if that's the approach he has in October, I mean, forget about it. Just forget.
You never grow without failures. You never grow without adversity, without tough moments. You never grow to be the best you without that. And I think you have seen that Aaron Judge had another gear, as Aaron Boone would say, to lock into, and he's playing at just an ultimate level right now. You for Aaron Judge to win a batting title is more impressive than Aaron Judge winning a home run title.
Absolutely.
For him to win a batting title, man, forget about it. I mean, that's just insane. The guy is truly, truly one of the all-time greats.
Can I just give you a little fun stat?
Go ahead.
In 2006, I have it right here. 1 second. Okay, here we go.
Okay, 2006.
In 2006,
in
2006 LDS, Alex Rodriguez was moved 8th due to his struggles in the playoffs.
Joe Sawyer, yeah.
You know what he did the next year? He won the MVP. You know what he did the year after that?
He was disgraced. Kevin.
Another 7.5 WAR, and surprise, 2009 had the best offseason of pro season of his career.
He was disgraced.
A lot of people questioned that move. Damn, you moved them that low, and I'm not saying to move like the judges of the world. I'm just saying move some of the guys that are struggling, bring them down 5, 6. It's not nothing crazy to put Bellinger maybe in the 6th spot or even the 7th spot one there, whatever the case may be. You're not when you're this bad, you hurt the team because you kill rallies. Yep. And we may only have 1 rally a game. We may only have 2, and the same guys are up and they're killing rallies. So please, can we stop coddling the feelings and just it's okay. They're gonna be fine. They're grown men.
Yep.
They'll be okay.
Challenging greatness is always a good idea because it'll separate a great player from a not great player. They'll step up more than you could ever imagine because they want to prove their greatness. A-Rod knew he's one of the greatest players that ever lived. He knew that when he played. He knew that already. So to disgrace A-Rod and say you're batting 8th, shit, what do you think went through his head? For Aaron Judge to be the most laughed at player in all of sports this offseason. They put Ravens jerseys on him when they choked. He became the meme of choking.
Everywhere.
Imagine that. Aaron Judge, the greatest player of our lifetime. People are looking at being like, you're the poster face of choking. You're the poster boy of choking now. How does that feel?
And if they understand baseball, it wasn't even that big. Yes, it's a big fly ball that he dropped, but again, if you understand baseball, the Yankee could have got out of that inning. It's not like, you know what I'm saying, but they still use that.
Of course.
As everything.
But even if
and he also didn't hit. If he hit, it's a different story.
Correct.
He didn't hit either.
Even he himself will tell you though, like, yes, it's true they could have still got out of that inning, but I'm sure that he looks back at that 5th inning and says to himself in a honest moment with himself, if I make that catch, the game goes differently. Like, and that's what great players do. This is what the legends do. Like, they have it's exaggerated, it's unrealistic, but it's who they are. The amount that they depend on their ability it's inhumane, but they do it, and that's what makes them who they are. He probably sits there and tells himself, like, who knows, if I catch that ball, we might have been the ones celebrating. We might have had a ring. That might be the level of belief that he has in himself. I wouldn't be shocked, but that might be also why we're getting this version of him this year, because he feels like, listen, if I was better, if I was 1 play different last year, butterfly effect, maybe everything is different. So in 2025, I make sure that that's not me. Maybe that's the case. I don't know. I still think it's gonna take more than just him though, because there's 9 dudes in the lineup. And come October, these pitchers ain't gonna be messing around with Aaron Judge, especially not if he goes in looking like he's looking right now. Why? They might give him 1 series to go off and then say, okay, we're not pitching to him.
I want to shout out, and I hate that I'm doing this, but I want to shout out Scott Wright, who said since 2019, Cody Bellinger has been an average baseball player. I don't understand the fascination with him. Well, I did. I love Baseball Reference, so I took his 2020 numbers to right now. He has a 99 OPS plus. He is hitting 242 with a 305 on base, a 422 slug, a 727 OPS. He is average. He has 8 WAR in 5 years. He is 4 years in COVID, whatever. This year's not over. He is an average baseball player that I don't care how much he is making. He should not hinder the production of your top prospect.
But why didn't analytics understand that? If the Yankees follow this so heavy, what was the analytics that they saw to say, let's bring this guy in?
A lot of people to defend,
because they should be smarter than all of us, by the way.
But hold on, to defend the people on Twitter who love those numbers.
Oh, I don't care. They're not defending those people.
But I'm just saying, because they're some of the same thinkers as the guys you're talking about. They don't love.
That's because they don't to try to get a job with the Yankees. Let's be honest.
That's true.
Half of them don't believe what they say.
But they don't love Bellinger. It's because of that shit.
Right.
Because he's a contact no slug guy, and
I defended him in that because I said, well, he cut strikeouts down. So if you put the ball on play more, you're gonna have those numbers are gonna drop. Yeah. If you're looking to just and you see his at bats, what does he do? He He just pokes at the ball half of the time when he got 2 strikes.
And today,
which is fair game.
He poked at a high fastball, which was a ball, and then he struck out on another ball.
On a high fastball, right?
I'm like, why can't he control the zone, bro? Like, really? Yeah. I thought you had a better eye, my brother. So it's just like what I'm saying, Pete. I said that to say.
Well, Scott Wright he's been saying that all, and he's right.
Oh,
he
absolutely.
Said it all off season. He said it all. He said, I don't know why anybody. He's like, even me. He's like, I don't know why you guys are so hype about him. I don't see it. I'm like, I think he's gonna be all right with the Yankees. And so far, completely off basis on my point of that one. He has been an absolute nightmare, in my opinion. I think he's been terrible. And maybe I'm too harsh on him because Soto left, and you kind of put. I think he's been horrible. I think Jazz has been horrible, and I love Jazz. I love them. I think they've both been absolutely horrendous for this club.
I just wonder what have Jazz. I think we need to see the entire year of Jazz because Jazz had a phenomenal second half last year.
I think he's way better than Bellinger too. I mean,
oh
I think
no,
Jazz
absolutely.
Jazz
His glove is phenomenal, and I think Bellinger still adds a little bit more value if he's able to hit average. It's fine because he adds a lot of value on his defensive side. That is something that I'll give him, and his flexibility of being able to play first and center field, or any place in the outfield. So, but I think the Yankees didn't give anything for him. They had $25 million to spare. I don't think they saw anybody in free agency that could. We all know Houston. As much as people wanted to, Houston was not going to trade with the Yankees. I'm sorry, guys. It just wasn't going to happen. So we weren't going to get Kyle Tucker. So what else do the Yankees have? I think that's what happened.
That was one of my problems too. Is I said, who else is out there? Do you want Santander? You want to sign him up all these years when Bellinger could be one and done potentially?
Correct.
That's one of the other reasons too why I think they did it, because maybe they even didn't like it fully, but what else was there? But I guess it also
I don't know, man.
How much did they believe in Grisham then?
How is this guy doing? I don't know. I haven't checked him in a while. How's yeah, Luis Robert's not looking any better either.
No, he's been
Luis Robert's hitting 160. He looks horrible.
Look.
Because that was one guy I was looking at. Maybe the Yankees get a nice trade with the White Sox. But.
Maybe they should have re-signed Juan Soto.
Hey, come on, Pete. Can we stop that? Can we stop with Juan Soto, Pete?
No, I'm not gonna.
I think the more this season, look, people aren't gonna like it, but I was just about to say the same thing. I was gonna say, look, at the expense of signing redundant and beating the dead horse that's been dead for months at this point. This is why you try not to lose on that sweep.
We need to close the page.
This is why you. But here's the thing: the longer this season.
What we should have done is Jorge Polanco. You see how he's hitting?
Well,
me and Scott Wright. Didn't we say it?
I said it too.
Me and Scotty Wright.
I said he. We all said. What I'm saying is, I said that he got surgery. He should be all right. And P was like, yeah, that's probably what was hindering from the range. And we could have kept Jazz at third. And even if Jazz went down now, the way Jorge is hitting, we wouldn't be like, all right, well, he'll be all right. We could put anybody there. There's only one spot. Now you got 2 holes.
But they didn't want to get anybody there because they were hoping that DJ comes back and plays, and that's what they want. Same.
Oh, here we go.
I mean, look. At the end of the day, I think
arse licking.
It is what it is when it comes to the whole Soto thing. It's. I just think as the season goes on, if certain things don't change,
and scheming and arse licking and money grubbing.
Money grubbing.
I think you're gonna see more.
We gotta end the show soon. I gotta take a wicked leak. Let's
I don't know why y'all keep talking. No, let Francis finish his point.
No, that was pretty much. I'm telling you, I just think the longer that things go this way, that's always gonna be in the back of everybody's mind, or at the forefront if it's like me or Pete who aren't gonna let that go. It's like, yeah, this is why you don't let that dude walk, and you kind of have to do whatever it takes and anything. And not saying they didn't try to do that, but at the end of the day, it didn't happen. I think the last thing I'll say about Bellinger is this, though. If we go the whole season looking at it the way we've been looking at it, and they don't give him that fair shake at, okay, it's not working everywhere else we put, let's see what it looks like for an extended period, him hitting in front of Judge and what he looks like getting those pitches, then they're going to have to share some of that blame. I don't care. I know he's been average since 2019 or whatever. I get that. He's also not been playing on the same team with Aaron Judge in all those years. Like, why not give him the shot? Why not just see what it looks like? Him hitting in front of the best hitter in baseball by far, as Pete outlined earlier with those numbers. Just see what it looks like. What's the worst that can happen? He sucks there too, and then you move him again?
Oh, man.
Don't you want to leave the taste of the glory? See what it tastes like.
I was just actually watching a video. I never seen it of the fan that jumped the railing at PNC.
Oh, the Pittsburgh. Yeah, that was.
Is he okay?
Bad, bro.
Or her? We don't know.
Well, I mean, I don't
people,
mean to.
People said they jumped. People said he looked like they fell. I don't even know what happened.
Fell. It looks like he does a flip right over it.
Yeah, but maybe because he was drunk and he flipped over. By
No,
mistake.
I mean this to me, and again, I'm not.
You think she's trying to do it?
He came out of his seat and flipped over.
Yeah,
it's as clear as day. Horrible, nonetheless. But look at this. I mean, watch.
No, I was gonna say graphic.
Watch, look.
Warning.
Right there. Look. I mean, jumps over like
trigger warning.
Oh yeah, he did jump. Yeah.
I just don't want. I don't want to keep showing that out of respect to the injured, but that is that's absolutely crazy.
To close,
I never saw it before, but man, oh man, that's absolutely horrible.
Yeah, it didn't look good, and that's not a short fall.
No, not at all.
That's a second. That's
down,
a second
man.
deck, bro.
That is a long fall down. That's not good.
I was gonna say to hope that fan's all right. I mean, I don't know what's going through her head. I mean, guys, shout out to 160 plus in here. Smack that like, hit that sub. If you're still here with us, thank you so much. Remember that there's always light at the end of the tunnel. I know it's corny. Now seeing something like that. There are better days ahead of you. Trust me. There's nothing that's consistently bad, and there's nothing that's consistently good. That's what makes life. Just make sure you cherish those times with your loved ones and your friends. Don't let the Yankees take your joy like sometimes they do. So, and let them give you joy like sometimes they do. So, shout out to Pete. Shout out to Francis. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Again, it's always a pleasure coming on here. I think the next one will be live, right, Pete? We'll try to do a Bronx or Nothing live. We'll try to figure that out because, next Wednesday. I don't know. Yeah. So, guys, we'll be on the lookout for that. There's a lot of good things coming up the next week for NYYU. Again, if you haven't, May 10th, if you want to support, just buy the Spectator. Is there a way for that people can donate just because for the event or no? Or they just buy
the easiest way to do it is to buy Spectator tickets because
guys,
all of that money goes from NYYU directly to Stand Up to Cancer, so it's easier.
There you go. So Jira has just put the link in the chat because she never fails because she is the real MVP. She's batting 1,000 and has 100% a field goal percentage. So
until May 10th, if she strikes out 3 times and Team Pete wins.
I love what she says. Team Pete's his ass.
I had to do it. I had no choice.
But thank you so much, guys. I don't know if you got any more last words for the episodes to wrap up. It's always a pleasure with you guys. I'll go with Francis first, then Pete.
Last words are simple, man. Yankees are 18-13. We started out by saying it. I'm going to end out by saying it. It's a lot better than a lot of people drew it up. It's a lot better than a lot of the beat writers drew it up. It's a lot better than all those predictors drew it up. The Yankees have done it with the rotation that we've seen, the lineups that we've seen. I mean, Aaron Judge has been otherworldly. Now we head into May. Let's keep it rolling, okay? You got the Padres coming into town. You're going to play the Mets soon. Boston's coming up eventually. Let's keep it rolling. Win games, win series. Don't give wins away. Please, let's leave that in the past. Let's leave that in the early part of the season. Let's play Yankees baseball, man, and let's do something special this year.
Yep. No doubt about it. I mean, Francis is right. Didn't think we'd have 18 wins here in April. There's a lot that should still get better for the Yankees. The bullpen is now kind of becoming its own. We didn't really touch on that at all. Devin Williams looked way better his last 2 outings.
Luke Weaver, phenomenal.
And by the way,
Brandon LaCruz, phenomenal.
Throwing more fastballs into the change. It's worked very, very well for him. Something we've been preaching for a little while now to see him do that a bit more. And it's working out well. Fernando Cruz, shout out to Fernando Cruz, man. He has been phenomenal. Mark Leiter Jr., we talked about it a little bit, but yeah, man, nothing else to add. This show is always so much fun because it's so different from everything else that we do. We just go anywhere. The 100 Men versus Silverback Gorilla today was wild. Fun segment because everybody's talking about it right now. But Ryan Yarbrough, the unsung hero from the other day, pitched great when Will Warren couldn't, when Will Warren shit the bed. Yarbrough came in and cleaned it up. So, no, man, good things. I'm excited. May is a huge month for NYYU, so it's here. It's May 1st officially. I'm ready for it to begin, baby. I can't wait.
So you already know The Bronx or Nothing never disappoints. Thank you so much. Smack that like on the way out. Hit that sub. Comment if you want us to talk about anything on next time.
Before Kevin will slap his butt cheeks across your screen.
But thank you so much. And shout out. I want to end this by saying shout out to my son Noah, who hit his first home run this weekend. Ended up having 2 in the tournament, 6 ribbies and 7 runs. Shout out to Noah. I'm so proud of you, my boy. I love you, papi. Sigue rompiendo, tú eres duro. Thank you so much, Bronx or Nothing. Thank you, NYU community. We out.
Peace.
Can't make a promise, but I do my best. 25 sitting on 25 racks. Just got started, no, we ain't done yet. Bought a new crib, that's a goddamn flex. Sign that check. Told them last year that I been up next. Can't take calls, but I send that text. From way downtown, but the shit's still wet.